So, yeah, but Arsenal has just low standards. It doesn't really count. I'm talking about a big club, innit? Like,
Days of the public, Ollie's fine. It's just no, stop it, guys.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Offside Rule, hosted by myself, Yannicka, and I'm joined by my lovely ladies as usual, Charles, who's just popped off to get some wine, the lovely Lambs, and also Rachel. So yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about transfers and also onto the all-important semis.
Where's my wine? Where's my keys? Where's my wine? Where's my keys? Where's my wine? Where's my keys? Where's my wine? Yes, hello, Bruno. No, get down, please. Thank you very much. You stay there, hon.
We could just hear you singing.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. But yeah, if you're new, please subscribe, hit the like button if you haven't already, and share across all your...
Whoa, hold on. There are people that haven't subscribed yet. I'm sorry. Who the fuck are you? Hi. How are you? Who are you? Not okay. Thank you. Let's get this going. There is a subscribe button. It's free of charge. And yeah, if you haven't done it, fuck off. Thanks, bye.
Yeah, big up to everyone in the comments. Big up to Pata, as usual. He's saying Rice is just false hope of the Euros, doesn't tell the whole story of his form. Yeah, so we'll get on to transfer.
Indiana says, just so no, Rachel has been drinking an entire bottle of rum gone in 40 minutes that she started drinking. Yay! Big achievement. Congratulations. No, everybody round of applause. I'm being serious now. That is commitment to a bottle of rum. That is commitment. So that deserves rounds of applause.
Guys, get this. This is so good.
Is it nice? So good. Yeah, because
it's really nice.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it is. It's mango and pineapple, Captain Morgan.
I might have to try that.
Good. It's really good. It's really good.
Indepal says Prime, I got bundified yesterday.
Oh, Indepal back again. We love it.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so I was gonna say there's some comments. Holly, big up Holly in the comments. She said she needs
Holly!
But keep up the good content, ladies, is coming home. So
Holly!
Look out, Holly.
Is it coming home? Yes, it fucking is. Oh yeah. That's my great singing.
Will, you are too young to be asking these questions. You're not even legal yet. When you hit 18, then we'll take you out. I'll take you to Soho. But until then, you stick to Ribena or something.
Yeah, big up to Will, big up to Wayne in the comments as well.
Wayne!
We will.
He called me the best doggy owner. Oh, Wayne, you've just melted me heart. Thank you. You're my new favourite person. Yes, I am the best dog owner, along with obviously Rachel. Me and Rachel are obviously the best dog owners, and obviously Lambs and Yan are probably the best dog aunties. So yeah, big up to them. And if you, Charles, I want that out in the charts. Yes! See, Holly's backing me. Let's go, Charlotte for number one. Holly, do the backing.
Holly, you want to come on the show? Holly, you want to come on the show? We'll send you the link.
Yeah,
let us know if you'd like to come on.
This Indiana says,
I know Holly, and I know this is way past her bedtime. The fact that she's even in the chat is a bonus.
Yeah. Will says Indiana is the young guy outside the saw shop asking for someone to go get him White Lightning and WKD. Now you know that's true.
Oh, sorry, Jan. Go on, carry on. Let Jan speak, guys.
That's cool. Cool. Yeah, big up everyone in the comments, apart from Tam Bampton because it's chatting shit. But yeah, everyone else, big up to them. But yeah, what was I going to say? So we'll get on to transfers. Obviously, a lot of it is rumours. There's not very much confirmed. It seems like a lot of teams are kind of waiting till after the Euros to kind of confirm things. But obviously, there is one that has been done. Been ongoing for 3 years, is it? And it's finally over the line now. And that is Jadon Sancho to Manchester United. So, yeah, Rachel, I'll start with you because obviously you're a United fan. How are you feeling about Jadon Sancho finally arriving at Old Trafford?
I'm not gonna lie, it's not as exciting as it should be because of how long it's taken. It's sort of the life's been sucked out of it. Very good player. Looking forward to seeing him play, but it's not enough, and all the United fans know it's not enough. We need a solid transfer window, and yeah, it's like it's sort of bittersweet, isn't it? Because obviously he's a good player, good signing. We do need a right winger. He can play on the left as well, but we also need other areas of the pitch, and it's just stress, to be honest with you. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, it's one of them because you know you need more than one. It's like, great, we've got that one done. We need another one. But I think to be honest, he is a good signing. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, like, oh, you gutted that City didn't keep him. But it's like sometimes with players, like with his situation, he wanted to be in the first team, and at that time we couldn't just put him in the first team. So he kind of said the demands that he was kind of making at that time, Man City were like, well, no, you know, you're not quite there yet. And to be fair to him, I think he made the right decision because he went to Dortmund. He got to play every week, which he wouldn't have done at Man City. And yeah, I think obviously now he's got his big move back to the Prem. So probably the right decision for him to leave in the end. It's a little bit of a shame from a City perspective because him and Foden used to link up really, really well in the youth team. So it would have been nice to see maybe them in the first team doing that. But, you know, it wasn't meant to be. He left quite a while ago now. Feels like a long time ago anyway. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he does. I'm sure he'll do well. He's a great player. So, yeah, what are you girls thinking, obviously, from a Chelsea perspective? Start with you, Lambs.
I'll be really quick. I think he'll do better and he will do well under a better manager, under an actual decent manager. I think whoever United get, I don't think it's going to make a difference, to be honest, because we know what the real issue is. We know how their board is run. We know the owners. We know, obviously, the manager in charge is just simply not good enough. All of these things are just simply not good enough. So we've seen they can't even really cater and accommodate to their best player, which is Paul Pogba. They can't even really build the team around him to make sure that he showcases his best abilities, which we know he has, because we've seen him in the French team, we've seen him on international level, what he can do. We even saw what he did at Juventus as well. So there's no denying the talent he has, and it's just, there's no point sitting here denying. I don't think even Manchester United fans can deny that Paul Pogba is their best player. So if they're not focused on building a team around their best player, if the rumours are true that he's not happy and they cannot hold on to him this summer, then I don't think any of these signings make a difference, to be honest, because we know the real problems do lie within the manager and their board. Is Ollie going to win anything? Has he shown that so far? No.
Yeah, it's true. I think they definitely need more than one, as Rachel said. Definitely need like a DM, a proper DM, not Pogba.
They are dying for a CDM. Dying for a CDM.
So yeah,
that's I always cry about it.
Yeah, but I think, you know what, it's an interesting one, because I was actually saying to someone on a stream the other day, I was saying that last season obviously was kind of a weird season. No one was really at their best. Even City, who won the league, weren't at our best for big parts of the season. And I was actually saying, if you had Sancho last season, in that time where it was like a title race and Man United were actually ahead, I think maybe if you had Sancho, you might have won the league last season, just because it was a point where United were quite a few points ahead of us. So it's like it'd be interesting to see if you actually had Sancho, maybe you would have done it. I think this year, the issue that you will have is that Chelsea are going to strengthen, Man City are going to strengthen, Liverpool probably are going to strengthen as well. So even when you do strengthen, it's still going to be like a 4-horse race. You know what I mean? Whereas last season, I feel like it was kind of like a 1.5 horse race. Do you know what I mean? So if you had Sancho then, probably would have been a 2-horse race. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Charles, what's your thoughts on Jadon Sancho to Man United?
Man U in the mud. Man U in the mud. Na 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 na. What we like to see. What to see. Yeah, we like to see. Yeah, Lambs is completely right. Paul Pogba is by far your best player. Your midfield includes Fred and McTominay. I think Man U have to reevaluate their fucking brains, sort their brains out, maybe inject some new brains into them or some fucking common sense. I don't know what they were born with, like want common sense or wasn't normal behavior. Like, how are you not working on? Look at Paul Pogba and against France, and I have said this so many times, and people know this. Pogba against France, different level. Because guess what? He's got world-class players around him. Like N'Golo Kante, Champions League winner. Oh, did I say that? My bad. But anyway, you know, Paul Pogba has players around him on his level who give him that kind of same energy that he's giving. Paul Pogba can only at Man United give the same energy and have Fred and McTominay before he's like, fuck this, I'm done. Like, Fred and McTominay are fucking shit. Don't really know what's going on. I mean, yeah, you kind of... I get signing Jadon Sancho is a great signing for you guys, but if your midfield is still fucked, doesn't make a difference who you've signed at the front. Because if your midfield isn't stable, how are you supposed to work either side? Midfield, stable. Your defense gets stable, then your front gets stable. If you have an unstable midfield, there's going to be wires being crossed. There's going to be passes, mistakes, poor tackles. And that's not what you need. So for me, I think you need a CDM, like ASAP. Or maybe just get rid of McTominay and Fred. They're shite.
Oh, they needed a CDM like 2 years ago, mate.
Yeah.
Excuse me for this comment. Velbushwan, your fucking team didn't win the Champions League. Both your teams. Just remind me which of your teams are left. Yeah, none. Your teams got kicked out. Turkey, shit. Switzerland, shit. I'm sorry. And what? Have a conversation with me. Pardon?
Switzerland is still in it.
Can I just say, in response to a lot of the tweets that I've been seeing about Pogba being carrying Kante, yeah, can I just basically reiterate, right? The reason why Pogba is allowed the freedom to actually be the player that he is, the world-class player that he is because you have a Kante there, somebody of that level of quality around him that can make those tackles, those interceptions, that can sit in deep, that allow Pogba to move forward and spring in those beautiful, wonderful balls that he usually does. And even to hit them at goal sometimes, which we've seen him do. He scored an absolute screamer. Obviously, it's a shame they got knocked out, but we know what he can do. And he can do that because there's reliable players like N'Golo Kante to sit deeper behind him and make those interceptions and tackles. And this is what he doesn't have access to at Manchester United at the moment.
I'm not going to lie. I think Kante was poor this Euros. I think there's a lot of things that he was doing that wasn't to his usual standard at Chelsea.
Okay, well, I don't think we can fully blame that on Kante because I'm going to say here now, Deschamps is one of the main reasons that Kante, because he's not. I'm not saying he's not his best, but we can't. It's not 80% of it is not Kante's fault. It's the way he's being given too much responsibility and no one's taking the load. He is literally being shoved with basically the whole lot. Not like how. I'm sorry. Velbashwan, if any of your team, like, let's go to Liverpool and let's diss Liverpool. If Liverpool, any one of your Liverpool players had to hold the whole team, they'd fucking crumble in seconds because your team are shite. Pipe the fuck down. Don't come at me with your Liverpool shite.
Where was Genie Wijnaldum, innit? Okay, man was eager to accompany Depay back to the studio, innit? So let's just pipe down about that, yeah? And where was Thiago? Man can't even get a look into that Spain starting lineup, so...
Who's Thiago? I don't know who the fuck he is.
You know the ones. I only know one Thiago Silva.
Literally, I was like, Thiago Silva's not been poor this season. He's been fabulous. He won a Champions League. What are you talking about, lambs? I only know one Thiago, and that's Thiago Silva. But I'm going to tell you something now. Gino Wijnaldum, Genie Wijnaldum. Like, who that? Who that bitch? No, not today. Like, I'm not going to lie. He's joining the Farmers League. Yes, this is true, man. Rabiot's mum got fucking out of line, the Aggie bitch. It wasn't even with just Pogba's family. It was with Mbappe's family. Yeah. She's starting beef with the whole, like, Mbappe clan and Pogba clan. You know these people are sticking together, and you know the Pogbas and the Mbappes are coming for you, like.
Okay, but am I the only one that thinks that she had a point?
What actually happened? Because I saw.
No. I'm not against taking someone to the side and being like, this is what I think. But when you do it in a public matter, I think that's disrespectful because it should be a private matter. Because firstly, it's embarrassing all three men, including Adrien Rabiot, because he had no fucking clue what his mum was going to do. Like, it's embarrassing for him. He has to play with these people and his mum. It would have been easier if it was in private because this would affect the France team. I'm sorry, it's true. If France was still in, like, it would affect them because Rabiot would feel left out because everyone would feel uncomfortable around him. Also, if this is the case, he's obviously telling his mum shit, meaning his mum can't keep her mouth shut and keep a secret.
No, but it started. No, Rabiot's mum basically said that for the goal that they conceded, the second goal they conceded, that Paul Pogba was poor in possession, and she's right. He gave away the ball, and it led to the second goal.
That's not the full story.
No, I know that, and then there's the Mbappe thing as well. But a lot of people said Mbappe was a bit much, to be honest.
I don't mind her like saying that Paul Pogba was responsible for something, but when you start saying your son's egotistical, he's not that good, like. There are lines.
I prefer not to speak.
As a mother to a mother, there are lines you don't cross. Well, I expect as a good mother, you wouldn't cross those lines. But I mean, apparently she did.
Yeah, but there's also the fact that Mbappe before the tournament. No, I hear that. But Mbappe before the tournament said in public that he wants more responsibility for France. He wants to be one of the senior players, even though he's still a baby. And he also came out in public and cussed Olivier Giroud as well. So it's on both sides. I think there's just a bit of tension there from before. Yeah. And I think they're all to blame. And they're all being childish.
There's been a lot going on because there's been a lot of issues that have come out after the game as well. Varane and Pogba. Who is the other people? There's quite a few of them involved. But they were all blaming each other. Do you know what I mean? It's
Olivier Giroud was involved. I think Benzema was also involved as well. Mbappe was also involved. I'm not really sure who else, but guys, there was a lot of discord in the French camp. A lot of discord. I could see that even through the later group stage games, I could see there was some discord in that game. And even when Olivier Giroud at some point, oh my goodness, that's
no way that's true.
I don't even want to be horrible, but it is true.
She said that.
That's actually.
Oh no, that's
dead. I would have. Actually, Rabiot's mum said reframe him and make him less savage. But savage.
I dig it.
Do you know what? I respect that, but then I think, but like as a parent, like I get like we're all like this, like yes, Paul Pogba is arrogant and that, but when you say it to someone's mother, it questions their parenting skills, which I think is a little bit disrespectful because You can once a kid gets to what it is, like there's nothing more you can do. He's started his own life and he's a cocky prick. That's not his mum's fault.
Yeah.
Like you can't. If you have an issue, see for me, if I have an issue with someone, I go straight to the issue. I don't be like, I go straight to his. I don't go to. If I've got an issue, I don't go to their mum and be like, your son's a cunt. No, I go straight to them and be like, you're a cunt. Like, I don't do that shit. Like, I'm a bit confused. She needs to go. If she's got the balls to say it to his mum, you go up to Pogba and Mbappe and be like, you cocky pricks, you shit, Kylian. Who's responsible for France going out? Kylian Mbappe.
When I was seeing Mbappe playing, like in the last knockout game against Switzerland, it did very much look like he was just playing for himself. Like he wanted to be the one to like bail France out, to be honest. I think he even got in the way of Olivier Giroud's shot, which was on target, and man blocked it. Like, the fuck are you doing? Like, where's your communication? Like, where's your teamwork? Where's your cohesion? And I was not seeing any of that going into extra time with France. And you can tell because they let a 2-goal lead slip. How does France do that with the amount of players that they have, with the experience that's present in their team, with the discipline that should be there and the experience? How does that happen? You can tell literally how rapid they were going into extra time compared to the Swiss. The Swiss were very together. They were very much, yes, we've got this. We are a team. We do this together. And I'm not going to lie, like stand-up performances from Seferovic, obviously, even Granit Xhaka surprised me a lot. He was excellent in that game in midfield. And they came together and they came through. And that was the difference in the end. It wasn't moments of quality or brilliance, because that's what France seemed to have. And we saw that absolute screamer of a goal from Paul Pogba. Again, it's a shame he had to get knocked out after scoring a goal like that. But it just goes to show the mentality and the cohesion, the togetherness of the Swiss team, which was not present at all in the French squad. And you could tell as soon as Kylian Mbappe was stepping up to take that penalty, I knew deep down, I just thought, you know what, he's had a stinker this whole game. He's going to miss this.
Yeah. Because I was actually saying at the time, it was one of them things where, like, even though he's done so much, he is so young. And I was just like, to me, it was just kind of like, why would he take the last penalty? Because obviously I didn't know at the time that there was all these, obviously I knew there was issues going on, but I didn't know they were still, present at the time. So I was like, why would they give it him knowing he's had a terrible Euros? Because if he misses it, everyone's going to be on his case. Whereas if one of the better players in the team, like, because Pogba was good for them, do you know what I mean? So if he took the 5th penalty and he missed, I don't think too many people would have got onto him. Like, obviously people
he took the first one though, didn't he? And it was a brilliant penalty.
But it's just, I've heard, I don't like to speculate about certain things, because you get a lot of, especially black players, as we know, they kind of start saying, oh, they've got an attitude problem and this and that. And I don't really like to jump onto them sort of assumptions. But there has been quite a few stories about Mbappe. So I'm thinking this can't just be sort of hearsay at this point. Do you know what I mean? There's quite a lot of people that have come out and said, he has a bit of an attitude problem and stuff like that. And obviously we don't know how much of that is true. I don't know him personally.
Well, when you're working with Neymar, I think that's enough said. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not being a dick here, but the man takes 2 weeks off for his sister's allegedly his sister's birthday. I'm just saying, I wouldn't get a face like picture of my brother on my arm. So yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, it's really disturbing how close they are. Like,
and also, Paul Pogba has one of the biggest egos I know. If we look at it realistically, we're talking about egos. Paul Pogba clashed with Mourinho. Mourinho has the biggest ego in the world. Made Mourinho leave. Made him. He was like, nah, I'm done now. Like, I'm bye. Like, look at that. Paul Pogba made Mourinho be like, nah, done. Sorry, bye.
Yeah.
I don't think there's just unfortunately if we're talking about why they become like this, football you start down the bottom and you get paid a little bit and no one knows you. The minute you get that big buck deal and you're young and you're influential and the money goes to your head and then it stays in your head and then you're succeeding and then it stays even more to your head. They're not being taught anything.
Yeah.
They're not being like, you know what, actually, no, this isn't quite right. Actually, we shouldn't be having this much of an ego. Actually, every game should be a game you have to prove yourself for the next game. I just, it's all this like, especially like people like Pogba, Mbappe, Aubameyang, they show off like the Lamborghinis, their cars, their clothes, their bags, all this shit, the drip.
The dancing. Don't forget the dancing video.
Oh yeah. But it's like no one is. It's unrealistic. The amount of money they're on is unrealistic, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be blunt. It is like I'm not going to lie. Look at N'Golo Kante, and I know everyone's going to be like, "Oh, you're just saying it because N'Golo Kante." The man, when N'Golo Kante, and this is genuinely a true story, when N'Golo Kante got to Chelsea, he wanted to run to Chelsea training ground every single morning instead of buying a car. Chelsea made him buy a car. He bought a second-hand car, a Mini. That Mini has been with him since then.
I was just going to say he still drives that same Mini.
Yeah, literally.
That's an
But
upgrade.
you don't see N'Golo coming around in the swag. When they go to events, everyone's dripped out. N'Golo Kante just comes in a tracksuit and that's it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, people need
humble
yeah.
ever.
Do you know, people need to actually take a look at N'Golo Kante and be like, he's humble, and he's and do you know why N'Golo Kante's humble? Is because he's known what homelessness is. He knows what coming from nothing is. He knows in a split second you could lose it all. And unfortunately, that's the sad part.
I think it is about role models that these young boys and girls look up to. I don't think they need to be looking up to people like Kylian Mbappe or Neymar. They need to be looking up to people like N'Golo Kante, like Edouard Mendy. They need to be looking up to
Do you know what I think it is though?
They need to be looking up to people like Emma Hayes, like Frank Kirby, Sam Kerr. They need to be looking up to these people because these people came from absolutely nothing and literally took everything to get to where they are today. These are role models. Let's
talk about the fact that like Sam Kerr has moved her whole life around from. But bear with me, my geography is not that great. We all know that's a Thursday night. I apologize. But Australia's on the other side of the world, I think. Anyway, okay. It's like 24 hours from someone. I don't really get that, to be fair, but okay. So she's moved from Australia. We've got Pernell Harder and Magdalena Eriksson, who are the first gay couple to actually play together and win shit together, breaking boundaries. Just to clarify, Emma Hayes is probably a better manager than 95% of the men's football managers. That's a fact. I would just say that.
To see if she swaps over, to the men's game.
I don't want her to. I don't want her to right now because the way that we're in right now is so disgusting. Like, Alex Scott is one of the best pundits, I think. Yeah. One of the best football pundits they have on there. Apart from Roy Keane, because we all fucking love Roy Keane because he just doesn't have a filter. The man just doesn't know what he fucking says.
He's horrendous.
Anyway, yeah, but I just like what he says. It's funny. Anyway, Alex Scott is absolutely fucking fabulous. For me, she deserves to be one of the main panelists, and she still gets abuse. She still gets targeted. She still gets all this abuse. What if Emma Hayes came in? The amount of abuse she'd get, and that I don't think right now it's the right, and I'm really, it's shit to fucking say this. I don't think it's the right time for her to come into the men's football league right now. And that's fucking shit to say, as any woman would never want to say that. But she deserves to be in a men's team. To be fair, I think she'd do a fucking fuck off, whoever the fuck you are, you twat. And I think she would do a better job than Gareth Southgate. But I don't get a fucking say in this because Gareth Southgate's a waistcoat wanker.
Yeah, I love Alex Scott too. Do you know what? In terms of footballers, it depends on a lot of things, because I always find, like, in this country, if you think about it from like sort of an English kid growing up, usually they get into a football academy of a Premier League club at a young age. So they might be. I remember when I went to school, we had a Man City player and a Man United player, and the Man United player, everyone loved him. He was like the most popular guy in the school. To be fair, he wasn't a bad looking guy. He had like everyone, and he was quite nice. Like, he always used to say hi to me. I've been to my house a few times, right? 'Cause my sister was friends with him. And it's like everyone was kind of like, at that time, like, obsessed with this guy because he played for Man United. So it's kind of like, even if they're quite a humble person, if you go to school and you've got like the whole school like bigging you up all the time, it's kind of like they probably get a bit of an inflated ego anyway. And then when they get that contract and they go into the first team, which I don't think he ever really made it for Man United. I think he played some like cup games and stuff, and then he left. The last time I saw him was when Bradford City, I think, knocked out Arsenal in a cup, and he came on like as a sub. That's the last time I saw him. But, you know, I think he plays in Canada or whatever. But it's like, because of that, it's kind of how they grow up. Whereas Kante, Mahrez, they've had a very different story. Like, Kante and Mahrez were playing second division football when they were quite old, you see, early 20s, I think. So their story's a little bit different. They haven't had that probably, oh, you're a big-time footballer, because they actually weren't when they were younger. And it's kind of like they've come into Leicester relatively unknown. Well, unknown, because I didn't know who they were. And then they've worked their way up, and then they're, you know, like, probably Kante's a bit more humble than Mahrez, but it's like they still have that sort of...
Dildomus Prime is waiting.
Charlotte, explain that noise.
Pardon?
What was that noise that you made?
What do you mean?
Did no one else hear it? Am I going mad?
No, I heard it. It was Charlotte's weird little laugh there, wasn't it?
What?
She doesn't even realize she does it. I love that. Sorry, carry on.
I'm so confused right now.
But yeah,
it was the start of the laugh, Charlotte. It was the start of the laugh. Rachel didn't see it coming.
I'm so sorry. Go carry on.
But yeah, I think just things like that. But I think you're right. I think a lot of them, the ego kind of gets a bit much. But I don't mind them kind of spending their money. That doesn't bother me. Bit of arrogance can work in your favour for certain players. But yeah, I think sometimes it's a bit much. And I think they need to have balance. You know what I mean? Because it's interesting. Because I remember when we had Robinho and he was at Man City, and they wrote a story on him because he was wearing a T-shirt from Topshop, and they were like, he earns X amount per week. Why is he shopping at Topman? And it's like,
it's like Sterling with Primark. Do you remember the Sterling Primark thing?
Can I just say, when I was 18 years old, right, I used to work in Zara in Oxford Street in London, right, the big old Zara in Oxford Street, and Olivier Giroud came into that shop. David Beckham come into that shop, and I remember when Olivier Giroud come in, I think he come in with his wife. He was still playing for Arsenal at that time as well. I remember, and everything. Literally, like, all of the staff just stopped, and they were just looking at her like... I was like, what are you guys looking at? And I just turned around. I just saw like just bare like kids, like these little boys going up to him. Like, he took a picture, and his wife was just standing there in the corner, like holding the shopping bags, just looking bare angry, stuff. And I remember after he left, I went to my colleague, and I was like, how much did he spend of a till? She was like, about 850 quid. And I was like, oh shit, that's nothing to him though, innit? She's like, nah, nothing at all. So yeah, they still shop on the street as well, guys.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We need to fucking stop with the judgment. We really fucking do. Like, I'm kind of over this judgment. Like, we need to get the fuck over it. I mean, do you know what? I could judge everybody. I could judge everybody, and I could be such a bitch. But do I? No. I don't know who you're discussing, but I am not a bitch. If you're going to get my
Ask the
factual name
question.
right, I am a cunt. I am not a bitch. I am useful. Cunts are useful.
Oh my
Rachel, there's no I in team, but there's a you in cunt.
Huh?
There's no I in team.
Oh,
This is a violation. Why am I getting violated by you? I thought we were friends, Rachel, man.
Yeah.
Who kicked me the fuck out?
Prime did it.
Oh, Prime. Oh, what's occurring? You've got issues with me. Oh.
gosh. This show always goes left. Always. We should probably talk about the other transfers that are popping around. Obviously, nothing. I don't think any other transfers have been wrapped up apart from Leicester.
Mysterious girl.
We've been linked.
It wasn't Prime. It wasn't Prime, Rachel. It was you. No, don't lie. You've been busted. You've been busted. It was you. 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 It was you.
Yeah. So, we've been linked to obviously Grealish, Kane. I don't know how that's going to go. I personally think that Tottenham will just reject every offer until City say, no, we're not paying that. And then Harry Kane will be kind of probably forced to stay at Spurs. I think Grealish is more realistic to me, but I don't know what's going to happen with that. Until I see them holding up a City shirt saying, I'm so happy to have signed, I honestly don't believe anything I read because it's just.
You guys get.
Are we
Grealish.
discussing Harry Kane? If we're discussing Harry Kane, let me tell you. I just want to say something. Harry Kane, if he stays at Spurs, is going to be handing every single one of us goals. He's going to be handing us. He's going to be
Absolutely no way he's staying at Spurs. There is
No. But Daniel Levy, if Daniel Levy fucks him over, which I'm pretty sure Daniel Levy's going to try his hardest to do. Like, he's already rejected 100 million from Man City. 100 million from Man City. And then, like, I can see him be like, oh, we're playing Arsenal today. Oh, Harry Kane's like, oh, let me just go hand Arsenal 2 goals. Yeah, he's still on his tally. He's still gonna get them golden boot, like, bitch.
By the way, I was actually thinking, because I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of the London teams have like teamed up. So Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea have teamed up with Mind. So obviously to play some matches for like to raise money for mental health and stuff. I actually think I might attend one of those matches, so that'll be good. And what a great cause to support as well. And if City get Jack Grealish and Harry Kane, you might as well just forfeit the league right now, to be honest.
I think if the league, but yeah, I think Grealish is someone that I think Man City would like. He seems
Angel!
Player. Oh, KJ's in the comments. Big up KJ.
Big up, KJ.
I can't see Kane at City. I really can't. I think Grealish is more believable, but it's whether Villa want to sell because they don't technically have to. Yeah, it's fair.
KJ, how do you know she's not? How do you know she's not just taking a nap and resting her head? You go straight to the therapy, stick the knife in there, like twist that knife around, like. Let me tell you.
I am in therapy. This is legit like football therapy for me, honestly, guys. Like just sitting here talking to you guys. I've actually got like a little bit of wine I'm finishing off as well. So in it, talking about football. I love
me
it.
on the counter. Wasn't me. Kick Shao from the stream. Wasn't me. Some nice bunda. Wasn't me. Stayed until it was over. Wasn't me.
should start an album. You've got a whole track
I
list.
can't believe I was almost going to miss this stream. Jesus, I'm so glad I didn't.
No, I don't miss it.
Yay!
He's
No,
already
no,
handed
no.
in his transfer request. He's already handed in his transfer request, and Daniel Levy went, "Bitch, better have my money. Bitch, better have my money." Like, no. He was like, "No, not today. Like, you've been carrying my team for the last 3 years. You're going to carry my team for the next 3 years. Pipe down. You ain't leaving."
Do you know what I think the issue
Free
is?
the bunda.
Because Harry
Free
Kane
prime from the bunda.
right now, like he has 4 years left on his contract, I believe, something like that. He's 28. So his transfer fee is obviously going to be very high. The problem he's got is like Mbappe, who is a younger player. I know he's got, there's been some issues behind the scenes or whatever, but he's actually available for like 140 million euros. So that's probably like 120. So if you think about it, if you had to choose between the two players, I think Mbappe is a better buy, because if you buy him and he stays for 5 years, he can probably get sold after that. So I don't think.
Yeah, guys, this has been confirmed by Indiana. This is actually what's happening. You're gonna get the Charles kicked off the stream. It wasn't me song. You're gonna have some football songs. Check it out. It's we pay, you buy them.
N'Golo Kante song will be on there.
Do you know what? The charity, the charity album, the charity will go to freeing the bunda. We will free the bunda as the charity that all the money will go to raising this.
Write to Kante and ask if he'll purchase a share in your album.
I'm
gonna do that.
Rach, as a United fan, right?
Mm.
How much game time do you reckon Sancho's getting just knowing Ollie and who he is?
Oh, he'll get a lot of game time. He's, 85 million? He'll get game time. It's fine.
So does that mean it's curtains for Mason Greenwood?
No, I expect Mason Greenwood to play more as a 9 next season. Yeah.
Really? It's interesting.
I don't think Ollie really fancies Martial as a 9, and I think Cavani's got fitness issues anyway because he's like.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. What do you guys think's happening with Martial's future as well now? Because obviously Cavani's signed an extension; he's staying. If you guys are looking to play some of your other attacking players, trial them in that 9 position, such as a Mason Greenwood, which we know obviously his finishing touches are pretty immense. Like, he would be a good person to trial in that position. So what's Martial's future saying?
To the left.
Martial dead. Sancho. Martial dead.
Ahmed Diallo, yeah. Because obviously he needs to get more game time as well. I reckon we'll be seeing more of him. So
Martial is dead.
It says Martial wing cover. Is that a thing for you?
The only thing I can say about Martial
Rashford
is the old me is dead and gone. Dead and gone. I turn my head to the east. I don't see nobody by my side. I turn my head to the west. Still nobody in my side. So I swallow my head and pride. Follow that lead and here we go. Martial's leaving on his own because he's a massive shit show.
I like Martial, but that's actually funny. I enjoyed that. Good job, Charlotte. Latest single.
I'm just working on the album, to be honest. My brain is like, album, let's go. How many songs can we get out, Yeah,
KJ's right though. Rashford is having surgery, remember?
Yeah, well, if Ollie had managed properly, he wouldn't have let Rashford go to the Euros. He would have had his surgery during this period, but he didn't. Ole cannot manage. Ole hasn't won a trophy. The last trophy you won was under Mourinho. Ba-dum-bum.
I love it. Charlotte is coming ruthless tonight. Absolutely ruthless.
I've drunk too much to even care.
I love it. I absolutely love it. But are we actually going to talk about certain people's performances in these
Yeah.
stages.
I was gonna go on to the Euros shortly. So yeah, we can talk about who's just been knocked out. So obviously, the group of death are out. Everyone.
Bye, Felicia. Bye-bye.
At least one of them to get to the final. I did say originally that I thought it'd be France, Italy, but that was impossible based on the draw. That was
Well, fucking, I don't give a shit about your opinion, Velv, to be honest.
offensive. That's tight.
Well, you know what, Velv? Like, you can take your bunda and fuck off. Yeah, wait, I forgot your bunda's like a pancake. Flat as fuck.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Did you hear that, Vel? That means it's time to start hitting them squats at the gym and then some leg raises, maybe all of that.
But be warned that doesn't work for everyone, by the way. So, you know, cosmetic surgery is always an option if necessary.
Yeah. How much is them Brazilian butt lifts going for nowadays?
I don't know. Ask Nicki Minaj or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, the bunda experts. How much does a Brazilian butt lift cost?
I mean, Velvet Swan, you should know. You've been looking at the up on them because you need one. Never said Ollie wasn't going anywhere. Never said Ollie was leaving. Said he couldn't manage you, twat. Yes.
This does need to happen.
Just to clarify, you can
worried
make
about how many
show.
children are being corrupted from this show.
You
That's
can make this channel unchild friendly.
I thought we've been quite good today, apart from the occasional, you know, see you next Tuesday and all that. I think we've been pretty good.
Said no one ever.
What?
I just seen Pinocchio like, shit, your nose just hit me, Rachel. Like Pinocchio's nose just go right out from you, like.
Right, should we get back
today's Satan?
Show always just goes left. So yeah, obviously the big teams are out. Germany are out. They went out to England. Portugal are out. They went out to who even knocked Portugal out?
It's Rachel. What's his name again? Dildomus Primelian.
What about it?
Oh, he's in the comments. Hi, nice of you to turn up.
Oh, good Lord.
My thing again. Oh, what are they talking about in the comments? I don't want to know.
My thing.
Prime's thing.
Either.
We're not about it.
What?
Here.
No, I don't want to know. Get off. Get this comment off, please. Thank you.
That'll be interesting if they win a trophy before Man United.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah.
True. Don't get.
Yeah, Shane, it was Belgium. Sorry.
What, guys, hold on. What's a BBL? A big bunda lick?
Brazilian butt lift.
Big bunda lick.
Is it?
You
Yeah.
said big bunda lick. What does it?
Okay.
There's a word for that, but we're not going to discuss that here. Anyway, Jan, carry on speaking. Go on.
So yeah, obviously Belgium knocked out Portugal, England knocked out Italy, and Switzerland knocked out France.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm dying.
Oh my god, really?
Expect bunda.
Oh, Jesus!
We need to ban the word bunda from the chat. That's what
No.
No.
we need to work out a way of doing.
No.
No.
No. Oh, Jesus.
Jan, take 30. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'd say the most shocking of them was obviously France. I think everyone expected France to go through. Obviously, we know we've spoken about earlier. There's some tensions between the squad. Maybe it was that. I still thought when they went 3-1 up that they would win. I thought it was pretty, straightforward after that. I thought they'd probably go on to score another or something like that, but it didn't happen. So interesting penalties. Obviously, there was a lot of pressure on Mbappe. I think anyway. apparently he wanted to take that penalty, which to me is a bit bizarre because he's not had a good season. He's not had a good Euros campaign. So I don't understand why you would put more pressure on yourself than you already had. It's a bit strange. But apparently he wanted to take it. Obviously he missed and they went out. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of drama, I think, within the French squad. We've already seen things come out about, people falling out and stuff like that. But yeah, were you shocked by the France result? But what did you think of the game? Like, did you watch it? I don't even know.
Yeah, France was shit. Yep. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were horrendous at times. They've had a horrible tournament, and I kind of expected after the group stages for them to pick it up a bit and improve, but they just didn't. And yeah, they scored, good goals and like key moments, but I think the performance was quite poor. I think Switzerland were brave. I think before the game, I thought Switzerland was sort of try and be quite pragmatic, but they actually took the game to France, which I was really impressed with. I thought Xhaka was brilliant. I think most they all put in a shift. They all worked hard for the team. Like man for man, their players aren't better than France, but they work together as a team. Whereas France, not so much. I agree. The Mbappe thing's a weird one, but like, he had a really poor tournament. Everything was it was like he was playing like a player who was playing for one of the worst national teams, and he had the pressure of carrying them on his back. Does that make sense? Like that's how he was playing, and I'm just like, you're surrounded by very, very good players. Just work with them, and he just wasn't doing it. It's very strange behavior, to be honest with you, and I think that's where the ego thing comes in, where Zidane spoke about it. He needs to calm himself down because he can be the star of the team, but you still have to play as part of the team, even though you're the star. So I think he needs to learn. I think he's just going to learn a lesson from this, and he will improve because he's still a baby, and he will learn, and he will learn from this experience, and hopefully, kick on. That's how I would say it with Mbappe.
I'm not going to lie. The only good thing about the France game was Pogba's goal that I didn't think was going to go in. That was phenomenal. Like, dude, like, I'm not going to lie. That was a celebration. I literally thought that was going to miss, but it was a great goal, to be honest. Fabulous.
Don't you think it's some?
Yes, it's coming home. It's fucking coming home. Yes, he's coming home. Bundamus Prime looking for someone silly and Bunda.
Guys, when we come up against Italy, I'm not gonna lie, we're done for. We are done.
I'm sorry. Are we? Hold on. Let me spit some facts. No. Hold on. Let me spit some positive facts right now. The last time Italy were in a final was 2012. The last time they got close to that was 2012. So let's be realistic. They don't understand. They don't understand the pressure. They don't understand the pressure. Did you not see them? Did you not see them in the last 16? They failed miserably. It was only.
They've scored.
Yeah, and so what? Austria stopped them.
We've only
just to clarify, it doesn't matter about how many goals you get. It matters about how you can handle the pressure. Because if you can't handle the pressure in a final, don't bother turning up. Because let's be real, if you can't handle the pressure, I'm sorry. How many? Here we go. Let me do this. How many people thought Man City was going to win the Champions League? But what happens when they got under pressure? What happened when they got under pressure? Let's be realistic. Everyone assumed Man U were going to beat Villarreal. But what happened when they got under pressure? They bottled it. Let's be realistic. Italy, and I don't know why everyone's hyping up Italy because they've got 30 games. Hold on. Let me finish. Firstly, I don't know why everyone's fucking hyping up Italy because it's annoying me now. Secondly, I don't know why we're hyping them up. They're not that good. They are fucking Jorginho. Why are we defending Jorginho, lambs? Thirdly, hold on.
He's actually a good player.
It's not just him,
okay,
babe.
Hold on. Let me finish. Immobile, how many misses has he missed? Okay, you want to talk about Immobile and how many misses he is. You want to hype these people up. But let me tell you something. Hold on. I want people. Hold want this on big screen. Rachel, put this on big screen. Rachel, put me on big screen. Put me on big screen, Rachel. Put me on big screen. I want to say something right now. I want to say something. Put me on big screen. Rachel's in the mud. Rachel's in the mud. Oh.
Well,
Right. Let me tell you.
I don't know what's happening. What's happening? I don't know what to do.
I want to go on. Okay, so let me tell you. I want people to clip this shit. I want people to clip this shit and have a conversation with me after the final. Firstly, Italy will bottle it. They can't handle the pressure, just like Belgium, just like Germany. Not having this. Italy won't win a fucking thing. Then have a conversation with me. They won't be able to handle the pressure. 2012, there's a long-ass time to not be in a final, nearly 10 years. And you wonder why they haven't been in a final for nearly 10 years. Because they can't handle the pressure. So have a conversation with me when we're done. Because at the end of the Euros, I'll be right. Thank you, I'm done. Good evening. Good afternoon. I'm done.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. It's been quite shocking, I'd say, as it's gone on, because I think a lot of people's favourites are out already. England are probably doing, I don't want to say better than expected, because I kind of...
But better than expected. They're doing better
people
than
didn't think
expected.
they would beat Germany.
Guys, you keep forgetting we got to a semi-final last time and we still got knocked out. Like, there's still a lot of...
No, where is the positivity? I'm sorry. All I'm hearing is this negativity. I'm giving you my positivity. I'm giving you my positivity. I'm sending 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 a lot of positivity.
Wait, let Lamb speak. Let Lamb speak.
We're not winning the Euros. There's absolutely no way in hell we're winning the Euros this year, guys. And if we do, I give you all permission to slap me around the face if we do, because it's not happening. And I'm saying this with my whole chest because I know it's not happening. Not because of the players. The players are great, but this is Southgate. At the end of the day, I was literally sitting there for the whole match screaming, fucking put Sancho on, put Grealish on, put one or both of them on. Saka, yes, he had a great game under checks, but he went missing. He went missing against Germany. Let's not deny. He was out of his depth. That could have been avoided if he started with a Sancho. Why are you not playing Jack Grealish when he's clearly your best creative outlet player? You put him on, what happens? Oh, we finally fucking score a goal. And it's things like this. And because we know Southgate, he's not competent enough to make these decisions. When his back is against the wall in a serious game, like when literally like it's literally like end to end, it's literally we don't know who's gonna win, who might come through. I don't trust Southgate. Listen, I trust Shevchenko to make better decisions than Southgate, to be honest. If Shevchenko does a madness, ends up somehow knocking us out, I am never going to shut up. I will keep on going about Southgate. If Ukraine are the ones to knock us out, I will expose this fraud, the fraud that I said he was when he first got appointed this England job. I've never, ever changed my energy about him, and I will never change my energy about him because everything I've seen is exactly like I was pissed off with the starting lineup. I think I posted an Instagram story saying how pissed off I was, and no, he wasn't. Not in this game. Sorry, he was okay, mediocre at best, but nowhere near as good as he was in the first Czech game, to be honest. So yeah, the Ukraine are rubbish. So if we get knocked out,
do you know what it is though? Like, because I think every tournament that England go into, they're always kind of, people are always like, it's coming home. These sorts of things get, said. I did say England would not win it. That being said, the side of the draw that they're on, they should realistically be getting to the final. They should. Do you know what I mean? So what happens next, it will depend on how they play. I know it would be very typical England, because England remind me of Man City in the Champions League. They are the type of country to go and beat a Germany and then lose to Ukraine. That would be typical England. That would be the sort of thing that England do. So we'll have to see. I don't think Ukraine are very good. They do have Zinchenko, who plays very, very well. He's not a defender.
Didn't he, in the last game? He scored,
Yeah, and he is a very good player for them. He tends to score or assist. I don't think they'll have enough for England. I think they are sort of.
By the way, has anybody here seen Zinchenko's rap video, by the way?
Oh, yeah, it's dreadful.
No.
No.
Have you seen his wife, though?
It's so
She's very pretty.
Is she Spice? Let me have a look.
she is.
She is a presenter. Like I think she's from Ukraine as well. She's a presenter. She's very, very attractive. Like,
Oh my goodness.
Ukrainian females are very attractive, but I'm not over that video, because you've seen the video as well. Oh my god, man.
He did that before.
Ukrainian bars. Jeez.
Respect Zinchenko, you know.
Do you know
Jesus.
what? I like Zinchenko. Like, his story is quite interesting. So he fled war at 17 in Ukraine. I think he went to Russia. They rejected him because I don't know, maybe because he was from Ukraine, I'm not sure. And he ended up playing for free for a little bit. Then he signed for Man City for 1.7 million, something like that. Came in and he's fought for his place. Man City at one point were like, we're going to buy a left back, you know, you can go, we don't need you. And he was like, no, I'm going to stay. Because Wolves
I like
wanted
Zinchenko.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player.
You know what? He's just a nice guy. I think he's on 20 grand.
Like a nice guy. He looks like
he's not on a lot of money, and he just fights for the team. And you know, I like it. I love Zinchenko. Like, all of our fans love him. He's one of them players that, you know, because we've had a lot of criticism in the past, like, oh, they're just here for the money, they're just here for this and that. But you know, he literally, I think he's on 20 grand a week. It's something quite low.
Really?
I've seen the Haaland singing video as well. By the way, can we just
I bet he can't
can we
sing.
just take this time to just comment on how terrible Haaland's sense of style is? His fashion sense actually disgusts me. It's so disturbing.
Oh, but how funny is he though? He makes me laugh.
He is so straight.
Like, I saw the video of him, Mahrez. Who else was there as well? They're all just jamming. They're just chilling. Yeah, they were just vibing on holiday. But
Do you know what's mad though? I can't get over his lips. He's got massive lips, right? So
He's got BJ lips.
I googled his mum, thinking his mum must have big lips. His mum's got no lips. His dad's got no lips. How? I don't get it.
Oh,
I really don't get it. Google his mum, because obviously we know what his dad looks like.
excuse me.
I was like confused. I was like, how?
dun, 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 paternity court.
I need to investigate this.
What's his
Hold on.
dad, though? It's just weird. Like, I don't know. It's so weird.
Honestly, his lips are bigger than mine. It's mad.
Yes,
Mad.
that's what I mean. They're bigger than mine.
Oh my gosh, are these siblings? They don't even have big lips either. Oh my.
No, it's just him.
Oh my God, do you think he has fillers? Do you think he has fillers?
Paternity test.
He has fillers. That's what he
Yeah,
has.
but I think he's had them since he was younger. It's weird.
No.
He
What
has
do you
weird
mean since he was younger? Because he's only 20 now. So
Let me look at Haaland. I'm sure he's always had them lips.
what the fuck?
I don't. He has. Yeah. Wait. Did he have? Yeah, he's always had lips like that.
Is he the middle one in that picture of his brother and sister? The little one. He's got his bottom lips quite okay. He's always had those.
Yeah, he's always had them since he was a child.
Paternity test.
Yeah, he's the one at the front. So like he's the little one, and then his brother. He's got an older brother, and then
His bottom lip.
Oh, yeah, his siblings have no lips. Oh my God, it's paternity test. Paternity test, boy.
you know what? Somebody
That might
said,
not be his dad, you know. That might not be his dad. His actual dad.
you know what though? My white granddad's got like big lips though. His lips are like they're not as big as his, but they're like probably the same size as mine. considering his
But,
wife.
but hold on, that's your granddad, and at least you know where it comes from, innit? With him, yeah. Haaland's looking around at his family like, what the?
I know, yeah.
Like, how? Somebody's lying to me here. Somebody's lying to me.
Yeah, he's so weird though. Like, but he looks like his siblings. It's just strange. I actually Googled it when I Googled his mom because I was like, I've never seen his mom. And I just looked and I was like, nah, how is this the case? Because I think he's really, like, he's very strange looking to me. Like, I don't like
How is he that tall? How is he that tall and that wham at 20? Like, something's already not right there as well. So, listen,
I mean, he was born in England as well, so it's not even like.
he was born in England.
Yeah, he was born in England.
He was born
He
in
played
England.
for City when he was born, so.
Paternity test.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if it was another Leeds player who was his dad?
Imagine. Oh my God.
No, hold on. Let me check the squad out at that time. Hold on. Hold on. I need to have a look because I will find it. I will find his dad.
His dad must have been playing for Leeds at the time, so it must be that. And then I think he joined City after.
Yeah, like maybe he wasn't at home. The training schedule was mad. His mum was bored. Like, okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, you like me? Oh, okay, well, just as well, because my man ain't home. Here's the address. I shall see you later. And there we go. Lo and behold, 9 months later, little Erling is born.
Yeah, because look at him and his brother. Wait.
Yeah, they're different. There's no resemblance.
They look different, you know?
They actually
Nah, I always check out his teammates. Wait, how long did he play for Leeds? Like 20 years ago?
Let me check.
No.
Yeah, Rachel, 20, 21 years ago. Look up that time, innit? Because obviously that conception period, that 9 months, and then yeah. So you got to account that 20, 21 years ago, yeah.
He played for Leeds from 1997 to 2000. So Haaland was born in 2000.
Which means he was conceived in 1999.
1 minute.
That's the absolute state of us.
This is really bad. Imagine if he's watching this stream and he just finds out that his dad's not his dad. Sorry.
You're absolutely right. Erling Haaland watching the Offside on a Thursday night.
I've seen documentaries, yeah, of some mad family secrets, yeah. People that, yeah, not even just, as in members of the family who thought you were your uncles or cousins, are your mom or your dad. It is mad. So
you know what makes it even stranger? He was born in July 2000, and his dad then joined Man City that year.
Oh,
so he changed
around.
So imagine if she found out and she was like, "You need to move out of Leeds," and you moved to Manchester.
All right, hold on. No. I will research this. I will get back to you. I'm curious now. I am
really
done.
interesting, guys. I feel like we've actually, mistakenly stumbled upon like a little PI investigation. To be honest, like this is actually. I feel like there's more to the story.
Yeah,
I'm not even trying to move or sound like the son of a Daily Mail. Like there is legit cause for suspicion here.
Do you know what's mad though? Like, it's just, I do feel sorry for people that look completely different because you do have some throwback kids. Like, you do have a kid that looks like your grandma or something like that. So it might be that his mum's mum looks like him, or his dad's dad or something looks like him. It might be like that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I look incredible.
There's some big names in there, you know.
Unfortunately, because I've tried to think, are my parents my actual parents? But I look exactly like my mother, just a blacker version of her, to be honest. And because my dad, that kind of makes sense. So I was like, fuck, they are my parents. So there's no denying that.
My dad looks like my siblings, and then I look like my mom. So it's like, there's no way that I could pretend that I'm not related.
I have my dad's nose, thankfully, because I didn't want a Greek one.
And you know what? Yeah, even like your nieces and I think your
Oh,
nephew.
they look the same, yeah.
They have like similar features to you as well, so you can tell that you're
They
their
all
aunt.
like my dad. My dad is just
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's how I can tell you're their auntie. I was like, yeah, you're definitely their auntie.
Yeah, they all look the same. And my kids, I already know what my kids look like already. The only way my kids will look different is if I had a kid with a white guy, because then they would look different. But that's not going to happen. So they're going to look like that. So, yeah.
Once you go black,
I've never gone white.
Yeah, break your back. That's what happened.
No offense, guys. Sounded quite.
Yep. So, guys, we now know breaking news. We now know Jan's type. So, if you thought you had a chance before, maybe some of you still do, but some of you, unfortunately.
Oh gosh.
Prime.
Yeah, I don't think Prime. You quite his dad. You know.
I don't know how you're going to explain away those recessive genes, Prime. But good luck.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this one.
I look more like my ugly cousin.
Aw.
Oh, I don't think that's true,
Shane.
Shane.
No, I don't think that's true, Shane. And if your cousin's ugly, don't claim him as your cousin. Nobody has to know.
Yeah, none of my cousins look like me. Because all my cousins are like either white or black. I don't have any mixed.
Same.
Exactly.
They're either Greek or Jamaican. That's it.
Yeah. That's what my family's like. 100% white and 100% Jamaican. There's no. The only mix in my family is one of my cousins is half Guyanese, half Jamaican. So it's like that's it.
I think me, my sister, and two of my cousins.
Yeah.
We're the blackest in our family. Everybody else looks kind of Mediterranean-y or like white, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they look like them white end Moroccans or like Mediterranean type.
Oh, so what's your mix?
Literally, huh?
What's your mix?
No, I'm Moroccan. It's
okay.
My mum is from the north, my dad's from the south. My dad's black, basically. That's it.
I thought you were mixed race. No way.
And I get that a lot. It's literally because a lot of people don't really get that Morocco is basically, it's a bit like Brazil. Yeah, we've got like this.
Yeah, I've been to Morocco and people are like, because a lot of the girls in Morocco look kind of like me. Like, so I do get it. But
yeah, exactly. They look a little, they look a little bit lighter, like more, exactly. They're more look Spanish looking or Portuguese looking. That's because we've got Portugal and Spain literally on the border on top of Morocco. So like the colonization from that as well. Obviously the French colonization throughout history. So that's why you get this like weird spectrum. But Morocco is still in Africa. There's still black people in Africa.
Yeah.
I'm happen to be part of the product of one of them. So there you go.
Yeah, no, I didn't know you were Moroccan, you say, so I don't know what I thought you were, to be fair, but
sorry, I've confused a lot of people.
No, it's fine. That's cool though. But yeah, like that's the thing. It's a lot of people, they just, you know, you can't really work out what they are. It's like Brazilian when people say, oh, you look Brazilian. It's like we all could be Brazilian. Like, don't even have to look anything alike. And you could be
Jorginho is Brazilian, so was Willian, guys. And they're two different colours, but they're both from the same country.
And then you get people like Sergio Aguero and Pablo Zabaleta. Like, clearly, do you know what I mean? Like, clearly Aguero has some, like, probably Asian heritage. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, they're both Argentinian and they both would say they're white. So it's just for them. It's
but it's so great.
Like that as well, to be fair.
One looks like they could be like Turkish, Greek, in terms of and then Aguero, like you said, looks like he could have some Asian descent in him as well. Yeah. It's so crazy, guys, how genes work.
Yeah, it is.
100%. Yeah, most people are basically mixed race at this point.
Oh,
so many different cultures just intertwined. But it is what it is. These comments are killing me.
You know what's so funny? I used to look after this Brazilian kid, and like when we were watching the World Cup that was in Brazil, she was like, they're only showing the attractive people on the camera. She's like, if you go to Brazil, she's like, there's ugly people everywhere. And I'm just like, yeah, but they make out like that everyone in Brazil is like really,
Jan,
really
can we not ruin my image of Brazil, please? This is unacceptable.
yeah, Sarah.
No.
Listen, I
This
just
is
can't believe the little girl had the audacity to be like, but there's ugly people there too.
You know what? This girl, like, she had no rhythm. Like, she's from Brazil. She had no rhythm. I was like, nah. Can't
No,
really
she
imagine the rhythm bit.
sounds like she had no chill. She sounds like the kind of person to literally, like, you'll take her on public transport and she'll be like, why hasn't she brushed her hair today? And you'll be like, oh my God.
I love blunt people. That's so fun.
Like, you just want to dash the kids. So you'd be like, I don't know her, but
Yeah. Now, to be honest, she was 16 at the time, and everyone thought we were sisters because she was mixed race. So every time we went out, everyone was like, "Is that your sister?" I was like, "No." But she's like 21 now.
Yeah, and if I had a pound, yeah, but every time I was with somebody who was mixed race or like a similar skin tone or color, and people didn't come up to me, but oh my God, is that your sister? If I had a pound for I could retire right now, yeah. And you know what it just showed me? It just showed me like the ignorance of this world. It just showed me how ignorant people are from this world. I'm just like, because there'll be some people, I've never met them. I haven't said 2 words for them. They're probably to them. Yeah, they're like standing, I don't know, standing in the queue of like a Starbucks or something. Somebody will be behind us. Like your sister. But I don't know them. I didn't notice them. You pointed them out to me 2 seconds ago. So how the fuck is that my sister? What the hell? Do you know how ignorant you sound? Right? Ridiculous.
I've had it before when I take the kids to court. Like I had this mixed race kid and I took him to court and they were like, "Is that your brother?" And I was just like, "No." And then you know what the weirdest one was? I took one of my kids, right, to the hospital, and this kid is like Benjamin Mendy's colour, yeah? He's very dark skinned, right? He looks older than me, even though he's like 7, he's nearly 18 now. But like obviously he looks older than me because I look young, right? And I took him to A&E and this woman went, is this your son? And I was like, come on now. Like, 1, how is that possible? 2, how is that possible? Like, I just like, there's just no way that she could have thought that I was his mom. Like, there's just no way. Like, I would have.
So what? You had him when you were 12? What?
Even 12? Like, how?
I was just like, what the hell? Like, some people, they need to think before they speak. Because
I think, like, I get what they're saying because they don't want to be rude and just assume, but it's the same.
Yeah, I remember Jan, because I used to be a nanny, right? And I was looking after like these white kids. Bless them, they were so adorable, right? Yeah. But they were blonde haired and blue eyes, right? And I remember I was taking the youngest to football practice one time, and we're on the train coming home, and he was just telling me about like the practice and his day at school and stuff, and he was just like talking. I was like, oh my God, that's great, that's amazing. And there was some old woman, like bless her, she was just like watching us in the train, just smiling. She goes, "Oh, is that your little one?" And I was just like, yes, I have. It's genetically possible for me to have a blonde hair, blue-eyed child looking the way I am.
You know what? You do get some kids like that.
It's possible, but really rare.
I did have blonde hairs and blue eyes. Genetically, it's fucking impossible because of the genes that I have. The kid will not have blonde hair and blue eyes.
Do you know what's weird though? Because you can get because if they think you're mixed race, because it's strange because you get stranger things like, have you seen Neymar's son? Like, yeah, that's the white child. But anyway, like it's weird because it's like when you're mixed
I don't know, listen, that might be his sister's son.
No, it will be. When you're mixed race and you have a kid with a white person, a lot of the time the kid is really white. So you do get these like ginger kids who don't look anything like the parent that's mixed race. So it can happen, but it's like, it's just one of them. You do look and think. But then
can you imagine, Jan? I'm not even a mother yet, but like, can you imagine how much trouble I'd get if I tried to have a child with a blonde hair, blue-eyed person? Oh my God! Like every time I was out with that kid, they'd be like, "Whose kid did you?"
Oh my God! You can't even see his face because it's shining. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, what, the kid, the baby? Oh my God!
It's so gone.
That baby is so white. Jeez.
I
You
think
can't even talk properly.
Wow.
I'll forward it to you. Yeah, he doesn't look anything like him.
The kid is really that white. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't look anything like him.
it can happen when you mix race and you have a kid with a white person though. It really
Yeah,
can.
I'm really
as well.
intrigued. I'm really
Well, that
intrigued.
explains why Neymar dyed his hair blonde. I get it now. He needs something to resemble his son.
Boy, who's the mum? Who's the mum? I need to know who the mum is.
I don't know. They had the baby when he was like young. He was like 17, I think, when she had him. But yeah,
Neymar, baby mama.
yeah, it's weird. It is weird. It's weird. But then Sterling's daughter, the mixed race one, she's got like light eyes, green eyes, and like quite light hair. Like, so yeah, it can happen, innit? It just depends. But
Paternity test.
it just with mixed race kids, you just
Because
don't.
I've seen the rest of his kids and they don't look like that. So
No, yeah. He's got a different baby mom. I think this first baby mom's white. And
yeah,
then-
okay, all right. That makes sense. I was like,
Yeah.
it can't be Paige. I was just like, it can't be Paige.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not. The oldest one is not Paige's.
Oh, I was like, right, okay, that makes sense.
I think the mum is like blonde hair with green eyes, so the kids
Alright,
are
okay.
taken after her.
That makes sense. Obviously, if like Sterling has like he might be like heterozygous in it, so he might be a carrier of the recessive.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because like
I've met some like black Jamaicans, like Caribbeans, like completely black, no mixed race, nothing.
Yeah.
Both parents are black and they have green eyes. So
Yeah.
My dad has like dark blue eyes, and my granddad has light blue eyes, and he's
there we
Jamaican.
go.
yeah.
There we
Because
go.
my dad is very, very light. My dad's not much darker than me. Both his parents are black. They're both Jamaican, but he's light. But then his brother, who is I think just under a year older, is quite dark. So it's like same mum and dad, a year apart. One's dark skin. Well, not dark skin, but like he's a lot darker than my dad, and then my dad's really light. So it depends, especially in Jamaican families. You can have 5 kids and they're all different colours. That's just the way it is. But my mum's family, like my mum has hazel eyes and brown hair naturally, but her dad is blonde hair, blue eyes. So a lot of my mum's family are blonde hair, blue eyes.
Blonde hair, yeah.
It's weird.
They probably have like that really curly blonde hair in it.
No, they're like it's like straight blonde. Like they just look like
sweet.
Yeah, so you know who looks like my white family? Phil Foden. Like if I saw Phil Foden at a family party, I would walk past him because he looks like my family. It's really weird. It's weird, but they look like that. But it's interesting though because like Leroy Sané, he's had a kid with a mixed race girl, and his kids have got blue eyes, bright blue eyes.
I was just gonna say they're like greeny blue to me as well. It's like, oh my god, like his daughter, her eyes. Oh my goodness, wow.
Why do you know what everyone's family member looks like? What? Now I have to research. Who's Leroy Sané? You said.
Yeah, Leroy Sané. His kids are really cute though. His kids are gorgeous.
Oh my god, no, Prime. What? Hold on, pull up Prime's comment about the paternity.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, if any guy that I'm with dares ask me for a paternity test, that's the day me and you are done. Because how dare you?
I know.
How dare you question? Yeah, I'm not gonna come to you if I'm not sure that it's you.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the day, if I'm sure that it's you, I'm gonna come to you and say it's 100%. Like there's no other possibility, like no way in hell it can be anybody else. And if you still doubt me, oh my god, you're actually dead. You're dead to me.
This is a straight girl issue. I'm not involved.
You know what? It's not set in stone, Rach. There's always IVF, which is something I've considered, and adoption. And in the case of adoption, there's they would need to ask that question, you know, because biologically it belongs to none of us, isn't it?
It's not any of our kids. Like, oh my god, it's so funny.
You know the ones, isn't it?
Do you know what's mad though? Like, I just know my kids are gonna look like the other clones, so it's gonna be like, does it look like them? Yeah, it does. So who knows if it's yours?
It's because the genes just run so strong in your family. Like you can tell with your nephews. You're like when I saw your nephews, I was like, yeah, you're definitely the auntie. I could just see the genes, like some of your features in their faces. I was like, oh my god, they've got your eyes, they've got your lips. I was like, yeah, definitely, you're their auntie, 100%.
Yeah, because honestly, they just look like my dad. Like their dad is Ghanaian, very dark skinned. Like, no, they don't look like him. They just look like my dad. It's just
they look like their granddad, isn't it?
Yeah. Madness.
Oh, good for you, Velv. Delating. Well, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Good job, Velv. You're dating a Sri Lankan girl. I'm sorry. After peeing, good job.
Okay.
Oh no! Do you know what? Do you know what it is? Yeah, because like I remember like because I had a situation like similar to this with like my ex, and I was just like, "Are you absolutely fucking mad? Like, are you sick? Are you sick to even be asking me that question? Like, get the hell out of here!" Right.
Yeah, because they're either asking you for two reasons. They're either asking you because they want you to say it's not yours, so that they can get out of the relationship, or they don't trust you because they assume that you might have cheated. So it's like, either way, it's a dead end because you're not going to say, okay, yeah, well, fine, we'll do one.
And you know what's so mad? Like, there's no way he could have denied it because literally, like, we were working together at that point. Like, he would drive me to home from work to home. Like, when I wasn't working or studying, my moments were spent with him. So where did I have time to meet anybody else or talk to anybody else? I couldn't even hang out with my friends properly as well. So the fact when he asked me that question, like in my mind and in my heart, I knew it was done. It's over. I was just like, what? I was like, okay.
You know what though? Because that's the thing. Like when they question them sorts of things, it's like control. And the thing is, controlling people always are like that. So they'll like not let you have any friends, not let you see anyone, but then think you're cheating. That's like domestic violence. Like honestly, like a lot of people think domestic violence is your boyfriend slaps you in the face. It's not. It's things from checking your phone every night. You know what I mean? Demanding to know like your passcodes and stuff like that. It's
isolating you.
Can't wear this. You can't hang around with them. You can't do that. Yeah. And trying to isolate you so that you depend on them. Like, honestly, like I know because I studied it, like, but it's interesting how many people don't know that certain things are like domestically abusive. Like things like checking your petrol. Anytime they're doing that, that's just a red flag. You just need to get out.
Oh my god,
checking petrol.
Checking your mileage. Checking your mileage. Like, oh, wait, hold on. You were going to your mum's. Isn't your mum's? Yeah, this is how many miles it is from here and back around trip to your. So why is there more miles? Like, excuse me.
See me, I'd end up just saying, yeah, I'm cheating. Like I just wouldn't even entertain that. I'd be like, yeah, I cheated. It's your dad. Congratulations. I'd just be done. There's just no way.
Imagine like it's your dad. I'm dead. All right, Stacey.
Like, nah, I couldn't do it, man. Can't. No.
Yeah, no, same. Honestly, I'd just be like, what? Are you dumb? Because I would just be like, okay, tell me, who is it I'm supposed to have been cheating with? Just tell me, who do you think I'm cheating with? Who am I cheating with? Tell me who I'm cheating with, and the thing is, they can't even name it. They can't
because they have no idea. Yeah,
they've got no idea. Yeah, and it's like, and do you know what? I learned the hard way, especially like when guys accuse you of like cheating and behavior like that. It's usually because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
What they're doing, and
they feel guilty. They portray it
more often than not. Because I'm just thinking, like, what's this attitude? Like, why are you coming accusing me of this when you know my schedule? You know what I'm doing. Like, what? Why are we even having this conversation?
Yeah,
that's when alarm bells start ringing. I start thinking, oh shit, it's because you're cheating.
Yeah,
and after a little bit of investigation, I find out that's exactly the case, and I'm like, okay, so you want to project your behavior on me because that's the filth and the dirt that you like to be up to. Okay, understood.
And what I've learned is a lot of controlling partners, like they just, it's kind of like they say strict parents create sneaky children. It's the same with that. If you're too strict about what your girl does, whenever she does get an opportunity to cheat, she will. Like, I've seen it. My best friend, she had the most controlling boyfriend. She used to cheat on him all the time. And I encourage it. Let's go. Like, I don't like him.
But why didn't she just break up with him?
Well, she did in the end, but she'd been with him since she was young, so she kind of was in this relationship. But he was very controlling. Like, he was like, he'd call her when we were at college, and in the background, you would hear, like, boys talking, because obviously it was a mixed college, and he'd be like, who's that? And it's like, she sat at a table with girls. Like, I don't like that sort of thing. Like me, I'm just
I can't stand that. Oh my god.
The minute I see any signs of that, you gotta go. Yeah. Like, I don't ask my boyfriend where he, like, I'll ask him, like, how's your day? I don't care if he goes out with his friends. He can do what he wants. It's just madness.
I remember one of my exes turned up at my workplace at one point. I was like, from time that happened, I was like, you have got to go.
Oh, that's mad.
So, yeah. No matter how I'm feeling, no matter how pissed off I am, I will never and never have turned up anybody, anybody I'm dealing with, your workplaces, your homes, nothing like that. I have never, nor will I ever. So from time you're doing that to me and you're putting me in that position, you have got to exit my life for good.
Yeah. Do you know what I've done though? My friend, she was dating this guy and he was ignoring her for a while. So we actually went online, found out his address, and then turned up at his mum's house. That was a bit mad too.
Oh my god, that's so funny. What did she do? What did she do?
She went in, like, she was like, the brother was being a dick. Like, the brother was like, he's not here. Like, how did you find out where he lives? Blah, 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 blah. And then, like, she was, like, crying and getting upset. And the mum and dad were kind of like, why are you here? I was just like, really? Like, but yeah, I didn't go in, you see. Because she was like, she can go on her own. But
yeah, I would have done exactly what you done. I've been like, listen, I'm going to wait outside because me waiting outside, I'm in public territory. I'm safe. Anything happens to me that I didn't ask for, I can file a police report, and I know I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's just it's mad.
I feel like you guys have had bad experiences.
This stream has gone from like football into relationship counselling. So if you've got any questions, let us know.
And by the way, listen, if you've got any questions, let Jan and Rach know, because do not ever come to me for dating advice. There's a reason why I'm still single, guys. Jeez.
Do you know what? Yeah, I was single my whole life, you know, until I got to like 20, 28. So like, but do you know what? I still like giving advice, innit? Because it's mainly because I know so many people that have been through bullshit. I just used to stand there from the outside going, oh, that's a bit mad that. I'm not involved.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. I've been on that. Ooh, I've been in that. Ooh, that's a bit mad, and I've seen that. Ooh, that's a bit mad. So I've been on both ends, and I don't like it either way.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything to do with it just now. So
I've never been with anyone that's been controlling though.
I'm the worst person to turn to advice right now, honestly. This is the best advice I can give you all. Don't ask me for relationship or dating advice.
Do you know what it is? It's not even that, because it's like when you're in a relationship, it's very hard to see the bigger picture because you're in it. It's very hard. Like, we already know you make excuses for the people that you love. We know that in general. You know, if your mum does something out of order, you're going to be like, yeah, but you know, you're always going to defend the people that you love. And obviously in a relationship, it's no different. If not, it's even worse, because you kind of like with your partner. Say, for example, you're dating someone and your mum's like, oh, he's not good. Your siblings are saying they're not good. Why is he obsessed with sex? I'll answer all the questions that you ask anyway in a minute. But like,
we will answer. There we go.
Yeah, I didn't even read the question before I said that, so maybe not.
Oh yeah, you're gonna regret that.
Answer that question.
I never had sex in my parents' because
to that question, I think it's a collective no. It's not. Okay.
It's not the case.
No, it's not okay. Is it to have sex in your parents' bedroom?
No. I've never done that, so I can't relate. So it's a no from me. But yeah,
I've never have your own bedroom. I'm confused.
I have my own house, so I've never done it at my parents' house.
Yeah, I've never done that. Although I am pretty sure, because I used to share a room with my sister, that she has had sex on my bed.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my sister used to do that in my house.
Yeah.
I don't have a sister, and I'm very grateful right now.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Cheers
you.
to Rachel and her Latin sisters. Love it. Love it. So
Yeah,
your bed
thank
will
you.
forever be and remain undisrespected. I love it.
Yeah,
Well,
but then
it depends on the definition of disrespected, but it's been disrespected by me only.
Oh, okay. All right, then.
Disrespected by family members, by
You
unwanted.
know what though? My auntie stayed at our house once, and she slept with her husband in my sister's bed, and they broke the bed.
Oh, big up. I dig it.
I would have said like, I can't remember what happened with the bed. I'm assuming she got a new one, but yeah, they actually
Oh,
broke
we
the bed.
should totally do a show like this.
Laurie, you should do an uncle's corner, to be honest, because
Yeah.
you're full of advice and wisdom. I bet I don't have any wisdom. I only have advice because I've learned, unfortunately, the hard way what the fuck not to do.
But that's usually what wisdom is. It comes from experience. And,
Yeah.
you know, if you've experienced it,
I'm
then
not,
you'll
I'm not even at that point. I'm not even at that point where I can sit there and just laugh about, oh my god, do you remember how dumb I used to be? Because I'm still that dumb. So.
No, you know what? It is hard. Like men are hard work in it. So it's
Yeah,
like,
but so are women though. Like,
yeah, women.
I thought enough crazy
You know
shit.
what? I have
Like
I have a lot of colleagues that used to. I had two colleagues that were gay, and one of them, she was okay. She had a few problems. The other one, drama. Like every week, she'd be like, "My girlfriend's done this. My girlfriend's done that." One night shift we did together, she was like, "I'm gonna leave," and she left and came back like an hour later, crying, saying her girlfriend was cheating on her. She caught her in bed with some other girl. I was just like, "Oh, this is just drama." So I do get what you're saying.
No, do you know what it is, right? When you have like a group of lesbians, for example, they've usually all slept together. They're all friends. It's a friends group. They've all slept together, and they become friends after. There's always a bit of jealousy, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, why am I here? Like, let me just move. That's why I always preferred hanging out with guys. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
The whole on the scene thing, I am not about it. I have grown out of it. None of that.
Yeah.
No drama. I'm just chilling.
It's weird though, 'cause I went to one gay bar, and it's like the thing is with straight people in general, like if you go to a club, you'll get people that go home together, but usually before you go home with the person, you'll spend all night dancing, kissing, whatever, right? Talking, whatever it is. Then you'll go home. In gay bars, they just walk in, like say hi, and then
Eye contact.
like it's just
They don't even say hi anymore. There's a look.
Yeah.
There's a certain look they give each other. They just know. Yeah. The gay thing is very much like that. No communication. It's just, well, there's communication, just very limited, and then there's like a signal. Yeah, it's a thing. The gay thing is very like that.
The girls that I know, they were like, yeah, I used to sleep around with loads of girls, and I'm just thinking it's just madness. It's really different to like the straight scene. Do you know what I mean?
No, do you know what it is? When you're young, especially when you're at uni, like I had a blast at uni. You know, you're young, you're just experiencing everything. But when you get a bit older, it's just like I can't be bothered with it. It is a lot of effort. So, but some people don't grow out of it. You know, it's just But you know, it's a crazy scene. It's very different to the state scene. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say. I plead the fifth. No questions about this, guys. I'm not gonna answer any questions about it.
I've seen some madness because we had a staff.
I know, Velv.
And that girlfriend, not the one that was cheating, I think she had another girlfriend before, and she turned up at the staff do. So obviously we were like mainly women. There was only one guy there, and one of my colleagues is like really attractive. So everyone was kind of dancing together, and this girlfriend came, and she came into the club, and she was like accusing the girlfriend of like cheating with my colleague, who was clearly like straight, married, blah blah blah. So she's like, "You're cheating on me." So she like on the way out of the club, she like lips the bouncer. She just went and kissed the bouncer, this girlfriend, and then she like left the club. So my colleague's like gone after her, and she's only, I don't know if you've been to Manchester, right? But there's like the what's it called? You know where there's all like the arches and there's like bars, Deansgate Lock, right? Yeah, you know, like at the side where there's like that little stream. She only jumped from
the canals and stuff.
Yeah, the canal. Yeah, so the canal goes across. She's only jumped from the top into the water.
No, fuck off.
To commit suicide, but the police went and got her. Yeah, madness. There was all this drama. I was like, I missed it all. I went home early. I missed it all. I was like, oh, what? Like, it's just madness. It was hard. This was the night to just stay up just a little bit longer. I went home at like.
Nah, it's not worth it. Trust me. Like, I remember a girl sliced me in my back.
What?
And it wasn't even my fault. Yeah. It was like it wasn't deep or anything, but she sliced me in my back because her girlfriend spoke to me.
Oh my, yeah, and no, the jealousy is
I remember a girl slapping the shit out of me in the club because her boyfriend was just literally talking to me at the bar, and she comes to, you know, that's the man. I'm like, the man was just talking to me. I was just waiting for the bartender to serve mine and my friend's drinks so we can get the hell out of there. Listen, this bitch knocked the drinks out of my hand and went to slap the shit out of me. I was just like, oh my goodness. Oh,
why was that in London?
This is in London. This was in fucking Shoreditch. This is literally like 3 years ago. I haven't been out, like, I have not been on a legit night out, like in a bar, club, whatever, since that time, because I was just like, what? I don't need this. What the hell? I was literally just out here trying to have a good time after going through a whole bunch of shit. And this bitch wants to come and just knock me down. I don't know who she is or anything, because she can't keep a leash on her man, who was moving to every single female that was breathing in that club that night. Not just me, every single female. So I'm like, you're going to go and slap the shit out of them too?
But that's, I don't understand that, because like, if say for example, I found out my man was cheating on me, why am I going to the girl? What's the deal? Unless it's a sibling or a family member or a friend, I have no reason to go to the girl, because when it's someone that has loyalty to you, go to that girl. But if it's a stranger, why are you interested in the girl? It's the guy that's the problem. And I know
she doesn't know you shit. She didn't even know you existed. She did not know you existed before you made your presence for her, bro. She had no idea. You're mad at the wrong person. This is what pisses me off, because like logically it makes sense. We're sitting here like, who you need to be mad at, but we've seen girls turn on other girls in these situations, and it's like, sis, wake up.
Yeah.
No, gay women are the same. They always go for the other girl, not the person they're in a relationship with. Always the other person, the innocent party.
I've seen this as well, because I've been to gay clubs as well. I'm like, listen, if he doesn't want to come out, that's not her problem. It's his problem. Stop blaming her. And this is what pisses me off. All the time, no matter what, gay, straight, bisexual, bro. The women always gets the fucking
it's
always
true.
Our fault all the fucking time. All the time. Can't stand it. This is why I don't like going out anymore. Because I don't want trouble. I really don't want trouble. I don't want somebody following me home, trying to scratch my eyes out, trying to fucking chuck acid at me, trying to stab me, trying to listen.
The acid threat is real. The acid threat is real.
And this acid attack thing is such a thing in the UK as well. Especially if they're looking at you thinking, oh, you're pretty or you're cute or you're trying to steal my man or my girl or whatever. They'll try and disfigure you, so you'll never have an opportunity to steal anyone's man or girl ever. And it's so fucked up. And it's like, you're going after the wrong person. Think about what you're doing. They don't think rationally, because this is the message that society has placed in them. Okay, if your man is cheating on you, if you're being disrespected, it's the competition's fault. It's not.
He was seduced. He was tempted.
Who actually owes you allegiance and respect. Funny that, isn't it? Funny.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've never been out in London, so I don't really know for London. But like, the next time I go out, it's gonna be in Liverpool, because Liverpool is actually the best night out from what I've seen in the country. So is good. Liverpool's quite calm. The people do get into fights.
Liverpool. I haven't been to Liverpool. I really want to go.
Yeah, come when we go, because I think it's supposed to be like, I don't know who's going exactly, but I think it's supposed to be a bunch of like YouTube people. So come.
Go make lambs happy.
Yeah, you should come.
Because I was actually thinking, especially after the last weekend, like, oh my god, I absolutely loved seeing Kendall as well.
Yeah.
Kendall's so far away and like not nearby Newcastle as well. So
Yeah.
we're all thinking of like having a trip up to like Newcastle, like, you know, go on like a little girls' night out. Newcastle, see Kendall. Kendall can take us to all the best places. I mean, Newcastle's literally like the party
Yeah.
to the UK. So why the hell not? Oh, Shane.
Oh, that's nice.
Shane's always nice.
That's so
Shane's always
nice.
a nice guy.
Yeah,
We like Shane here. Shane's a lovely guy.
If you want, you can go and message my actual ex who cheated on me and just give him a piece of your mind and all of our minds. But
Would you like me to hack him for you?
you know what? I don't want to give him the satisfaction that I'm even thinking of him or he's even getting to me. So fuck him, innit?
Yeah.
He can do one. They can all do one. So yeah. Cheers to all the bullshit exes who never ever deserved any of us and never ever fucking will. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
You know.
I need to buy more of this.
Trust. And with that, any closing thoughts on the football life, ladies?
So now we've had our relationship episode. Who do you think's gonna win it, really?
Italy.
I've been saying since the start Italy, but I really want Belgium to win it. I really do.
You know what?
I don't think they're very good, Belgium.
I would have said Belgium, but their recent knockout performance made me suspect them a little bit. That I think they're not as there's still issues there, and I think they are going to get caught out at a later stage. They're not so cohesive. It's the same cracks that I was seeing with France, and we saw what happened.
Yeah.
And I think with Belgium, they got quite lucky, to be honest. And I think the next round, I don't think they're going to get so lucky. But with Italy, I can't
got any fault for it.
I can't deny that they haven't, even before the competition kicked off, they've gone even a couple of games beforehand without conceding a goal.
Yeah.
That's mad. That's really, really impressive. And they've scored 9 goals so far in this competition. That is really impressive. It's not just any 1-2 players that's standing out. There's quite a few players we can name, at least 5 or 6 players that are really standing out and contributing to this team. So I think as the competition progresses, I know it took them till extra time against Austria to get somewhere, but they got there eventually. Do you know what I mean? So Mancini has them really, really well drilled in the system, and I think it's time to start taking them seriously, to be honest.
Yeah, I like Mancini. I'd be happy for him if he won it. But obviously, I want De Bruyne to win something internationally, so that's why I'm like, I want Belgium, but I don't know if it'll happen. 2 sets.
Yeah, Rachel, who do you think is who are your favourites to win?
I want Denmark to win it, but I think Italy have looked the most solid so far. I think they overcame the Austria threat very well because Austria are very well organised and it was their biggest test so far. I think they overcome that.
Yeah, that was their biggest test, isn't it?
Yeah, so obviously they're playing Belgium, aren't they? Is it Belgium they're playing next?
Yes, they are. And De Bruyne, is he injured? Is he back? We don't really know what's going on with that injury. Do you know? Has there been any updates with that?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not impressed by Belgium. I don't know. I don't think they look great. I think they look very suspect at the back as well. They have moments where they play well and they usually get a goal, but the rest of it is dead to me. I don't think they're that great at all. And I think against a team that will control the game more, I don't think they'll be great. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan. So I think Italy have the best chance of getting to the final out of the lot. But again, knockout football, you never know what's going to happen. So I think Italy are the strongest, personally. I think England will end up making it to the final.
Do you honestly think this?
Yeah, I want Denmark to beat them.
Yes.
But like I know Ukraine, they got to face Ukraine, and Denmark have got to overcome their Czech Republic and that. But I want Denmark to go through. But I think England are strong enough to go through to the final, and I think they should be getting to the final because they're the strongest out of the teams on that side, definitely, in terms of the starting 11 and the depth.
You know what? I have to say, Denmark are starting to become my dark horses. I was a little bit like, I felt like really heartbroken for them after the first 2 games because I could see like the fighting spirit, especially in the second game. I was like, no, they want this. They're coming back. Like they're really, really fighting for this. And when they progressed after that brilliant game in their final group stage, I thought, wow, the only way is onwards and upwards. And I saw that in the knockout stages games as well. So they're really turning into these dark horses for me, Denmark. But I think if I have to look at attacking wise and defensively wise, who's the strongest, can't deny Italy. I really can't. And they were that team that before this Euros kicked off, I didn't really rate too highly. I thought, yeah, they will do okay. They'll qualify past their group. I didn't expect much from them afterwards, but hands held up high. They've shocked and surprised me.
No, I agree.
What do you think, Jan?
Yeah, I've said before it even started, I said Italy because 1, they've got Mancini, and 2, I just thought they were probably the most solid. They'd been unbeaten for quite a while, and not just unbeaten. They kind of were winning 3-0, 4-0. It was convincing wins, and I know they didn't play the best teams in the world, but if you can go and beat these teams 4-0, 3-0, you know, them sorts of scores. I think the biggest win was like quite a big win, like 8-0 or something like that. So even though they're playing like poorer sides, it's like they were so consistent. So I just thought they'd defend well. They obviously have the players that can attack. So I thought they would probably win it. That being said, then I thought maybe if they came up against France might win it, but France have gone out. So yeah, it would depend. I think because I think the last game they played, they weren't as convincing as they have been. It was 0-0 for quite a while. So yeah, if it's another game like that, I think Belgium could cause them some trouble because it only takes, you know, 1 strike from Eden Hazard or De Bruyne if they're back, or Lukaku, and you know that could be the 1 goal. And if it's late in the game, it's how they would get back into it. So things like that, it would depend. But I think if they get the first goal, they'll go on and win it. If Belgium get the first goal, depending on what time, it could be a long evening for Italy. So it'll depend. I think if they get past that, they should go on to win it. Because I don't think after that, they'd play Spain or Switzerland. I don't think Spain.
I think you're right. I think it's if they can break Italy's, obviously, like they've kept such a clean sheet in terms of conceding goals for a really long time. If they break that, maybe that's what could rattle them, especially if they're the first to concede.
Yeah. And if it's like the 80th minute or something, Italy will know they've got to score 2. Like maybe 1 to get to extra time, but they've got to score 2. So it might put a lot of pressure on them. But yeah, Spain are a weird one for me because like they don't particularly play that well, but they tend to win. So it's a strange one. Or they play well, but they just can't score. Spain are just a bit weird. So they have some good players, as we know, but they're not the Spain of a few years ago where they were so good.
They need a proper 9. Like Morata's a mixed bag.
Obviously, finally coming through, Jan.
Who?
Yeah, but they need an out number 9.
Finally coming through.
I know he's like their best player, but they
Pedro's good as well.
On the ball too much, and then like I don't know, because he's played I think before as in a more attacking role, whereas they're putting him out on the wing now, which is what Pep does. So yeah, it just depends. But Spain can win them one-off games, so it's one of them. I do think if Spain go to the final against England, I think England will beat them though. I can't see Spain.
Remember, they have scored 10 goals in 2 games in their last 2 games. So even though it's a weird one because they've missed a crap ton of
chances. They're weird, aren't they?
Yeah, they are weird, but I think they keep the ball quite well. I just think they're quite raw still. They've got a lot of young players. I really like the look of Pedro. I think he's very, very talented.
Yeah.
But their defense is a bit. That's where the problem lies, isn't it?
Yeah, Laporte's done okay. but he's obviously new to the squad. I don't know. I feel like in a final he would panic. Laporte can be a little bit, he does all right. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. He's played all right so far. The goalkeeper's been a bit dodgy, especially in the last game. I think it was the last game where he conceded that ridiculous goal. But yeah,
but he also saved them as well. Remember, he made some very good saves against Croatia.
And they can score goals. They tend to score quite a few goals. So Spain could potentially get to the final. But yeah, I think Spain are a little bit like an England where they're a bit unpredictable like that. So we'll have to see, because England have been kind of relying on Raheem Sterling to score, So it's like, how long is that going to go on for? I don't know.
It will go on for as long as Southgate stays pragmatic, like overly pragmatic. I think there's this weird narrative now that Southgate needs to keep all the good players on the bench, not the good players, but all the attacking players on the bench. And my thing is, you can put Grealish on the pitch and not sacrifice your bench. Like even against Germany, right? There's this sort of hindsight with it.
You have 5 substitutes. If it doesn't work out, you can make those substitutes, but don't deny what you have. Like, use your best players, see how that works out first. And Jack Grealish has undoubtedly proved he is the best attacking player that we have in England right now. So,
do you know what? Like, it's a weird one with him, because it's like, I would say as a manager, you should play to your strengths. So, say, for example, Man City, when Pep came in, we were better going forward than we were defensively. We always have been, till this season where we were quite equal. But normally we're very good going forward. So you play in that way. England are the same. They're very good at the front, okay in the midfield, like in terms of defensive. And then the back 4 are kind of okay, or back 5 if they want to play it. And then, the goalkeeper's okay. So it's like, you would play to your strengths, which should be attacking football. And then you have your defensive players there if you need them. But he plays like seven players that are defensive in a game. And it's just like, it's a bit random to me. To be fair to him, it's been working. Like, they've been getting over the line.
But for how long?
That's what I'm saying. It's how long it can go.
And I know it's coming because, like, when I see things like this, it reminds me of Ollie. It reminds me of Lampard. And I know this defensive, pragmatic shit will not take you far for very long. It will not. And when he gets caught out, when he tries to play these defensive tactics, start with them, and he ends up conceding 2 goals in 20 minutes or something like that. Boy, I'm just...
So, to be fair...
say I told you so, but I'm going to say I told you so to people like Jerry, because Jerry has been a staunch Southgate supporter. So Jerry, not if, when Southgate fucks it up, I'm coming for you first. Okay, so be ready.
To be fair to Southgate, though, I don't think England were overly defensive. Being pragmatic means being being cautious. I don't think they were overly defensive against Germany, and at times they actually pushed quite high up the pitch as well. I think the issue for me when I was watching that game is that there wasn't enough quality in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, this is my point. The formation was fine. Play back 3, play wing backs. That's how we play at Chelsea. Fine. We know how great that can be in terms of creating chances, but you pick the wrong personnel to fill those positions.
It's just a weird one.
He just needed Grealish. That's it, really.
But it's like 2 DMs as well. Like, if you think about England's midfielders, and you've got the likes of Grealish, who can play there, even though he can also play on the wing. You've got Foden that can play there, Mount, and then you've got Calvin Phillips, Rice. So it's kind of like, out of them players, it's kind of like, you probably, if you had to rank them, Calvin Phillips would probably be last, if we're being honest. But he's starting every game. So it's like, is there no way they can do it so they put Mount maybe a little bit deeper and then put a Grealish in front, or Foden slightly in front of him. Do you know what I mean? Rather than a Calvin Phillips and a Ryan.
Fine.
Not Mount. Henderson would be the one. Not Mount. Mount isn't good.
I think Henderson, even if you had to, Mount is such a hard worker that he does make those interceptions, tackles, he tracks back, he does all of that. He's very
more defensively anyway, aren't they, than attacking?
He's great in terms of running around and cleaning up. Mount is really good for that. So I think as a second option, if a fully fit Henderson can't make it, I would probably even go for a Mount over a Phillips. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But I think he has the same problem as Phillips. I think he's poor in transition at times, Mason Mount. So
you're right. Because he's like that for Chelsea as well. That's why I don't like to see him too deep like that for Chelsea.
Yeah.
I know he's wasted there. I know his best position is in a creative attacking midfield position or in a box to box type midfield position. That is where he thrives the best, when he's more attacking forward, getting the ball a bit more forward. When he's a little bit deeper in midfield, doesn't work that way. And I know this because Lampard, even Tuchel's played him as a 6, and it hasn't worked. We played as a winger at Chelsea, and it's never worked. So in terms of how people talk about how versatile Mount is, he's actually not that versatile. He thrives in about 2 different positions, and that's right.
Yeah, but say Henderson's fit now, so it's it just makes more sense. Do you know what I mean? Because Henderson can do probably everything Calvin Phillips can do, but then he can also put a ball in over the top. He can also, put a ball through to Kane or whoever it happens to be. So what I do like about Southgate is that he hasn't gone off. I think he's got an issue with Grealish, which I don't get. It's always been the case. I don't know what it is. And
he's got an issue with Grealish and Sancho. I don't know what it is yet.
Sancho now. Yeah, it's weird. So I don't get that. But then at the same time, what I do like is that he's kind of gone off, because it's Sterling gets a lot of stick. And the thing is with Sterling is, even though Sterling's been poor this season, no one can deny it. His last few months for Man City haven't been great. But for England, he does turn up. And the thing is, he's actually gone with Sterling, whereas I think other managers might have been he's in poor form, let me just drop him. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's paid off. I know people have been complaining about Sterling, but, he is actually the reason why England are where they are, because he was
England's best player against Germany, in my opinion.
He scored 75% of the goals. So even if he didn't play well, he scores, he still wins you the game. So it's I like that from South. That's the one thing that I will praise Southgate for. I think against Germany, he did quite well, because I think he did make the right decisions that won them the game essentially. But yeah, I still think
in the end,
he's not good enough. I don't think he's a good manager.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, listen. The reason why I probably got so drunk in that game, because I was nervous. The more minutes that were ticking by, and it was still 0-0. After I saw Timo miss, of course, I wasn't too scared, because it's Timo. So we know what he's like. We know he's gonna miss them sitters, so it's cool. You know what I mean? So I knew that we were gonna get chances after that. I just did not want Southgate to leave them changes too late.
Yeah, too late, yeah.
Germany scored first. So I feel like if Germany scored first, we would have some problems getting back into this game. And and literally, when those substitutions were made, when the goal came, I was like, okay, so I was right. We know who we needed on the pitch. And that made the difference in the end. So,
yeah, because it's interesting as well, because with the way that game went, if that Muller chance goes in, which, let's be honest, it should have done. I know Pickford has been great, don't get me wrong, but that chance there, he should have put it in. Obviously, Sterling gave the ball away. He was a bit scared at the time. But it's just how England would have recovered had that gone in. Because bear in mind, they haven't conceded a goal all season, all Euros. And it's kind of England just remind me of Man City in Europe.
Listen, you know what? Pickford had a call from Rafa, Listen, Pickford had a call from Benitez. He was like, son, You know what I'm expecting next year, right? Okay. None of this nonsense. None of this nonsense you've been pulling out the last couple of years. Yeah, I expect high quality. High quality. If we're gonna come for our rivals, yeah, you better come correct. So he got that brief from Rafa, and I have to say, Pickford is another one of these players that I'm surprised. He's surprised me this tournament. He's really surprised me.
Yeah,
And in a good way as well.
Yeah. I think the whole defense has been pretty good. You know, like they've had their moments here and there.
He's not getting any credit.
Even Tyrone Mings coming as cover. I don't think he did too much of a bad job as well. I think Stones has done a decent job as well.
Yeah. He's not getting enough credit, John Stones. But he's not played well.
They'll wait till when we concede a goal, then everyone will get on him, because I've not heard anything about John Stones. It's like he's played every minute and he hasn't conceded a goal. Like, if that's
I think that would be really unfair for people to kind of get onto Stones, especially if it's not completely his fault, and I doubt it'll be completely his fault. And what people need to forget is that he was a part of a title winning this season. That's why he's rightfully earned his place in the starting lineup. He was a title winner. That is why people like John Stones, people like Carl Walker are in this backline defence, because they've earned their places there, guys. They won the title. What more can you ask from defence, right? What more can you ask?
I think England's backline is underrated anyway, because I remember before the Euros, like, obviously I'm a neutral in this whole thing. So when I was speaking to people about the team, people were saying, oh, you know, England's defence is shit. That's why they play with, you know, two sitting midfielders and that. And then I looked at it and I was like, well, you know me, I rate Maguire, to be fair. So he's actually a good defender. John Stones has had a very good season.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw's had an excellent season. Carl Walker's had a good season. What's so bad about these defenders that people just don't like about? And it's just agendas.
All of them deserve to be there. All of them deserve to be there. The only person I have a little bit of qualms with is Kieran Trippier. And if the only reason why him is because of this set piece nonsense, then that needs to stop, because I'm sorry, we have two perfectly good wing backs who played in a wing back system successfully for most of the season. Why are you not playing them in that? I'm talking, of course, about Reece James and Ben Chilwell. I understand Ben Chilwell being dropped for Luke Shaw, because, like you said, I do feel like Luke Shaw was consistently a little bit more better than him, because he did it throughout the whole season. Ben Chilwell had a bit of an up and down period. I do appreciate that, and I understand that. So I understand Luke Shaw getting in like before him. Even if it was my choice, I would put Luke Shaw in ahead of Ben Chilwell. But if we need rotation, give players a rest, there's no reason why I wouldn't substitute Ben Chilwell on for me. But for me, Reece James needs to be starting. I'm so sorry.
Would you start in back three? Would you start in the back three?
La Liga, listen. We swiped the Atletico team like they were nothing. Okay, so I'm not fearful of them. I'm not fearful of Real Madrid. We all saw what Varane could do against us, and we saw what he could do against France in this Euro so far. So it just literally strengthens my argument as to why I do not want him as a centre back at Chelsea. He's not good enough for me. I'm sorry, he's not. Varane, he's got as much mistakes in him as Zuma, as Christensen, as Rudiger. So he's got even more mistakes in him than Rudiger and Christensen, in my opinion. From what I've seen this past season and a half, I don't want him in my club. No way. Sorry.
Do you know what?
I think it's difficult for Varane though this season, and with France. To be honest with you, when people say he relies on Ramos, he doesn't rely on Ramos because Ramos is such an amazing centre back, even though he is. It's because the partnership they have. Ramos does things that Varane doesn't do, and Varane does things that Ramos doesn't do. So exactly. So when Ramos picks up the ball in defence and he plays out from the back, Varane's the one that covers him. So Ramos is the one that goes for the aerial balls. Varane covers him. So this is what Maguire needs, for example, at United. That's why Varane's a good partnership for him. But like, if Chelsea are going for that centre back, then it's fine.
I understand. I really understand, like the whole the whole qualm that Manchester United have, where your only real decent, consistent centre back that performs in week in week out for you and has been this past season is Harry Maguire. And you even saw that when he got injured, he was really missing from that squad. And when he come back into the England squad, you can tell how much he was missed because of what he provides, what he offers as a centre back. There's not very many ball carrying centre backs that does what he does in the game nowadays. Recently, I mean, we have Thiago Silva, Antonio Rudiger, and I feel like Antonio Rudiger's developed that part of his game because of working alongside Thiago Silva. But Harry Maguire is somebody who used to do that shit at Leicester, and come Manchester United, I think he tried, but look at what he had around him as well. And it's the same thing. Like, Harry Maguire is looking around the centre back position like, I need somebody else to support me in this. The Manchester United midfield is looking around like, I need somebody else to support me in this.
What midfield?
The attack, the front line is looking around like, I need somebody. So with United, you need like a decent quality player in defence, the CDM, and the attacking positions, at least this transfer window. That's what you need to try and get yourselves back into competitive levels. You're in the Champions League, but are you going to sign the right players to keep you there, to keep you competing past the group stages? I mean,
yeah, I think every great team needs like a spine. Like, we had a spine. They've kind of, a lot of them have
ignore Monster. Ignore Monster.
Yeah, no, Monster. How does it feel to lose to Arsenal 3 times in a row? That's what I want to know. You know, that's a bit worse. You know, at least Chelsea are a good side. But yeah, nah, I'm joking. But yeah, it's now he's asked me this question every stream for the past, like, since the final. So yeah, it's just one of them. But I think, like, with England, like, you never know. It's a knockout competition. I think they've got a pretty easier route to the final than they probably could have imagined. If you look at the teams that you would expect to still be in at this point, you would think Germany, Portugal, and France would all still be in, along with probably Spain, Belgium, Italy. So based on that, you would expect England will probably be the next team after that. But right now, it's only really Italy that I would look at and think England or Belgium that England might struggle against. And let's be honest, that game has to be the final. They can't play at any other stage. So in a final, anyone can win a final. We've seen, you know, things happen in finals. All it takes is, you know, a wonder goal from someone, or, I don't know, a great performance at the back from Pickford, and, you know, England could be lifting the EURO20. So it can happen. I think with England fans, the main issue that I have with England fans, because I wouldn't really claim to be an England fan. Like, I support Man City players, so, you know, I want them to do well. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I think a lot of fans can't put rivalry aside. Like, I can't imagine that in Spain right now, people are saying, you know, oh, F that player, he plays for Atletico Madrid. Like, it's not going to happen. They're going to be like, this is Spain. We want Spain to do well. So even if they hate Man City, they're going to be like, come on, Ferran Torres. Like, come on.
Yep.
Like, whereas I think with England fans, it's like everyone kind of struggles to separate rivalry. So you'll get, like, I noticed in the first couple of games, it was like, I was seeing all these, like, Chelsea United fans saying, Foden needs to be dropped. And then you get, like, City fans saying, Mason Mount's not good enough. And you just get it all the time. And it's like,
do you remember how critical every single person was about Harry Kane, even though
rightfully so.
Even though no other striker puts up numbers like him, and they haven't done throughout the whole season.
What? Do you know
I
what?
hear that. No.
You know what I would say with Harry
He's
Kane?
been shit in the Euros. He's been
You know
shit.
what I would say with Harry Kane?
No, I have to say he has been, but we can't put that fully down to Kane. It is partly to do with Southgate tactics, the way England is set up as well. Like, it does kind of force him. He's probably sitting there thinking, oh shit, because of the way we've set up, you know, taking it back to Mourinho tactics, like, oh shit, I've got to drop deep. Let me drop deep.
He scored goals under Mourinho though.
And I have to say, in the earlier games, he wasn't actually getting as much service. I have to say, in the Czech game, he did get service. He should have scored. it was down to him in that game. In the second game, oh, lo and behold, you make the right substitutions. You give the guy the service. He finally fucking scores a goal. But I'm just trying to say, set up in the right way. Give him the best chance. And he will score because numbers don't lie. If he puts up those kind of numbers for Spurs who haven't won and will never win anything, then there's no denying what a quality striker he has because he's put up numbers like that in Spurs. No other striker has really legitimately come close. That's saying something. Numbers do not lie. And it's not even just this one season. He's done it consistently for about 3 or 4 seasons. The guy is a world-class striker. There is no denying it. So play to his strengths. And look what happened, Southgate, when you play to his strengths. Oh, goals come.
Do you know what? I would say it's a bit of both. I don't think he has had enough service. I agree with you on that. But I do think he has been poor at the same time. When he has had them opportunities, he has kind of fluffed them a little bit. I don't know whether it's because his head is, in another place. There's a lot of uncertainty about his future, where he's going. A lot of the people say they want to sort it out after the Euros and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe for him it would have been better if it was sorted out before and he kind of had a clear idea of what he's going to do and who he needs to impress. Because right now, he doesn't know whether it's Pep, Nuno, Tuchel. Like, he doesn't know because it's like he doesn't actually know where he's going. So that probably plays into it. But yeah, I don't know. I just think England fans in general are very critical. And when you support a team, you have a connection to them players. So, I know, I watch City differently to how I watch other teams. And I'm sure you watch Chelsea differently to how you watch other teams. When it's your team, you tend to see it a little bit differently. And that's why, I used to get annoyed sometimes when people on YouTube will come in the comments and say, well, Man City this. And it's like, but you don't watch Man City week in, week out, every single game. So you can't really tell me about my team. You can have an opinion, but it's sometimes it's a fact. And people are trying to argue with a fact because they're like, no, well, I think Man City are this. And it's this is my team. And I think everyone has that connection to players. So you get fans that are very defensive of their player. No, my player's the best.
That's how you know these managers haters. Because listen, I'm a Chelsea fan, but yeah, when I get onto Man City, and Man City players, it's just because I'm jealous. Yeah, I wish we could have signed a centre back like Ruben Diaz alongside Thiago Silva this season.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Imagine if we got that. If we got a mad CDM who was on Kante's level, if we got a prolific striker, we would be winning the league this year. Do you know what I mean? So when we're sitting here criticizing, it's because we're jealous, mate. It's because we're jealous. And most of these rival fans, who don't support Chelsea, who don't have the money like Chelsea and Man City do, it's just jealousy. It's pure jealousy because they wish their teams could invest in players like this to strengthen their squad.
Yeah, I think just in general of England, I think they just need to, I think fans need to if you're going to support England, you have to support the team. It doesn't matter if Henderson plays for Liverpool, Sterling plays for City. I think you just need to support the team. And I just think other countries just do it. I don't know. I'm not Italian. I don't know what it's like over there, but I just assume that they're more like that. And I think that's why in other leagues, you can get Dortmund players joining Bayern Munich and you can get all of the Italian teams joining Juventus. Whereas here, it's you wouldn't have, you might get a Grealish joining Man City, but you wouldn't have a Kante joining Man City. You wouldn't have that because it's the rivalries are a little bit different here. And I just think fans, it'd probably be better for the team if everyone's behind them. It's even things like booing the knee. It's regardless of whether you think it's political, which it's clearly not, and they've told you it's not, regardless of what you think of it, the players have decided to do it. You've gone there to watch them players. You're supposed to be in support of them players. So if them players are asking you to be silent while they take the knee, then you should do that. And I have this issue with Man City fans when it comes to UEFA, because we don't like UEFA. Everyone knows that. No one really likes UEFA, let's be honest.
None of us like UEFA.
Booing the Champions League anthem doesn't help the players. Regardless of how much I don't like UEFA, it's the players, you can see in their faces, because where I sit, I used to sit very close to the bench. and you can see the players like cringing when everyone's booing, and it's just like, I'd rather support my players. No one likes UEFA. Do you know what I mean? They're not liked by anyone. We all know that. But it's
That's
like, if you're going to pay to watch these players, at least respect their wishes. And I think England fans, things like booing the knee, it's just not helping the situation. Just go there, support them, or stay at home and watch on TV. Do you know what I mean? Because there's thousands of people that are there to support the players. And I just think, you know, if you're homophobic, but your captain's wearing a
pride
a rainbow captain thing, like, why is that a concern to you? How does it affect your life? It really doesn't. So it just, things like that just make me think, like,
Was it case?
it's just weird. I don't know. I just think it's just like, just don't go if you've got them issues. Just leave it, or just keep quiet. Like, you don't have to agree with everything. You might not agree with gambling, but your team are sponsored by a betting company. Like, Man City is sponsored by Nexon Tires. Do you think I even care about Nexon Tires? It doesn't matter. I'm not there to care about the sponsors and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just think things like that. I think England needs to come together more as a country and back the team. Like, I don't claim to be an England fan, just because when I was younger, it was like 50% United, 50% Liverpool. So I didn't particularly like the team. So I just like, just support them to get out of school. But yeah, I don't know. We can wrap up in a sec because we've been on for quite a while. This was supposed to be a 1 hour stream, guys.
But it turned out to be 2 hours and 20 minutes. Love it.
Yeah, it
It's
turned into
literally the story of this channel. Honestly, yesterday's grounded football was the same. An hour long stream finished at like 1. Yeah.
Oh god, sorry.
It's really bad. No. It's been a good stream though, to be fair.
Yeah,
the
no,
quality's
don't
been
worry.
great.
None of us are sorry. Everyone who's still in the chat is not sorry either. So thank you,
Cheers,
guys.
Yeah, it's been a good one. Not gonna lie. But I am actually half asleep.
Yeah, no, it's cool. We'll wrap up there. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week at 10:30, hopefully. And yeah,
Maybe earlier if it's easier for you guys, obviously, as well. So
Yeah, maybe 10:15 or 10:05. Who knows?
Yeah. I think am I off next week? I might be off next week. So yeah, if I am, then it makes it easier because I can do earlier. But yeah, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you later.
cheers, guys. Oh wait, I'm ending the broadcast, aren't I? Oh crap. That's my bad. Hold on.